One day in history, someone asked God, give me a home where the buffalo roam, and thus God made McAlester. Well, a long district season has led us to this. It is the final district series of 2025. The McAlester Buffaloes looking to improve their spot in the 5A4 standings, and a win tonight gives them a chance to do so. But the Pryor Tigers also looking for the district championship, so there's a lot on the line here on this Monday night in MacTown. Who's going to emerge victorious? We're about to find out. Hello and welcome to Mike Deak Field in McAlester, Oklahoma. The site of today's district matchup between the Pryor Tigers and your McAlester Buffaloes. I'm your voice of the Buffaloes, Brandon Green, joined alongside Nate Brown, coming to you live on KNED, 1150 AM, 98.3 FM, the KNED app, as well as video streaming on the McAlester Radio YouTube channel. So as we mentioned, the McAlester Buffaloes 15-12 on the year, coming off of the 5A shootout where they went 1-2. And the game that they lost, one of the two that they lost against the Midwest City Bombers, McAlester felt like they should have won that game. They had 5 errors in that game and also pitched it pretty well, hit the ball pretty well, just not with runners and scoring, and also kicked the ball around a little bit to lose by 6-5. They answered back when the 11-1 win over the Lawton MacArthur Highlanders before taking on the back-to-back defending state champions of 5A, the Carl Albert Titans. And it was 6-4 going into the 7th inning. Carl Albert added a couple of insurance runs, filed an insurance claim, and they ended up winning 8-4 over the McAlester Buffaloes. But the Buffaloes, they are looking to improve their spot in the 5A4 standings. Let's look at the standings so far. Pryor is at number 1, who we're playing today, 9-1 plus 36. Claremore at number 2, 8-2 plus 57. Durant at 3rd at 6-4 plus 24. McAlester at 4th, 6-4 plus 1. Booker T at 5th, 4-6 plus 1. Tahlequah at 6th, 3-7 plus 1. And Will Rogers in 7th at 0-12 minus 120. So this is what's on the line for McAlester. With their loss to Claremore last Tuesday, they cannot finish 1st or 2nd.
Right.
Pryor and Claremore are fighting for the district championship this week. Pryor, what they need to do, if they win tonight and Claremore loses, they lock up the 5A4 championship. If both teams win, then it's anybody's game tomorrow, depending on what happens. Claremore does have the tiebreaker. I know that it shows that Claremore won by 4 over the Pryor Tigers in extra innings. Or, excuse me, the other way around.
Yeah.
Pryor beat Claremore by 4 in extra innings. But when you go to extras, you're only allotted 1 marginal point. So
For whoever wins.
So if there's a tiebreaker between these two teams, it would go to Claremore. They do have the points differential in that series.
Right.
So Pryor needs to win today, and Claremore needs to lose to be able to lock it up tonight. If Pryor sweeps McAlester this week, it's over, no matter what Claremore does. For the McAlester Buffaloes, 3rd, 4th, and 5th is still on the table. If Durant wins against Booker T, which the last update that I had, they were in the top of the 3rd inning with a 0-0 score, but that's been delayed for quite a while now. If Durant wins at all, McAlester cannot finish 5th. If Durant wins and McAlester loses today, the Buffaloes will finish 4th.
Right.
That is locked. If McAlester wins today, 3rd place is still on the table no matter what happens with Durant. So that is what's going on here so far. I think that's what we have it locked down at. A lot of storylines. One of your favorite times of the year is when it comes to playoff.
I love finding out playoff scenarios.
So let's look at the Pryor Tigers. They're 19-10 on the year. They're in a prime spot to be able to win the 5A4 championship. They were 22-14 last year. They missed the state tournament last year. That broke a 7-year streak, so they're eager to get back to the dance. They have gone to 10 out of the last 13 dances. Now, not too shabby for the Pryor Tigers. They are, again, 2019 5A state champions where they beat Carl Albert 11-0. So they're wanting to get back to that mark and to be able to get back to the state championship. So far this season, they beat Booker T 6-2 and 6-5. They defeated Durant's 10-7 in extra innings and then 3-2. Will Rogers, they beat him 22-2 and 20-0. They lost to Claremore 5-2, but then won in extra innings 11-7. And then they defeated Tahlequah 4-3 and 6-1. They're led by head coach Gerald Osborne in his 31st season, 780 wins to 354 losses. He is top 50 in the OSSAA Baseball Coaches Association in wins. So we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to be looking at our lineups between these two teams, the Pryor Tigers and your McAlester Buffaloes. You're listening to McAlester Baseball here on KNED.
Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane and petroleum products, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, and Muskogee, just to name a few. If you need propane or petroleum products, there's only one number to call, 918-423-3121. Call today. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
Wow, Nissan has so many models to choose from.
This Pathfinder looks just right.
Wait a second, Maddie, isn't that a family car?
Absolutely.
What? I'm gonna be an aunt?
Come to Fenton Nissan and get a 2025 Pathfinder, and we'll throw in a Fenton family deal this season.
This deal applies even if you're an aunt, uncle, or just you.
And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya.
Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at fentonnissan.com.
Welcome back to Mike Deak Field in McAlester, Oklahoma. Here in district play, the final district series of the 2025 season in McAllister's 28th game. Let's look at the starting lineup. Starting off with the visiting team, the Pryor Tigers, wearing their road gray jerseys with the blue numerals on the front and back. 1 through 9 looks like this, led by head coach Gerald Osborne. Leading it off, the left fielder, number 8, Riley Hurst. Hurst in left. Batting second, the shortstop, number 3, Gavin Roberts. Roberts at short. Batting third, the catcher, number 9, Clinton Stoller. Stoller behind the plate. Batting cleanup, the right fielder, number 7, Brock Ward. Ward in right field. Batting fifth, playing third base, number 1, Sergio Banuelos. Banuelos at the hot corner. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 5, Carter Sloan. Sloan at first base. Batting seventh and on the mound today, number 4, Jaron Bailey. Bailey on the bump. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 26, Trace Crawford. Crawford at second. And batting ninth and rounding out the starting 9 for the Pryor Tigers, the center fielder, number 2, Talon Foster. Foster in straightaway center. Now for the McAlester Buffaloes, wearing their black jerseys, gold numerals on the front and back, gold interlocking MB on the pocket side, with the pinstripe pants, black caps, gold bills. 1 through 9 looks like this, led by head coach Justin Mullins. We can get it off, the catcher, number 2, Jackson McKinney. McKinney behind the plate. Batting second, the second baseman, number 1, Spencer Stinchcomb. Stinchcomb at second. Batting third, the shortstop, number 21, Denver Durant. Durant at short. Batting fourth, the right fielder, number 11, Gunnar Hodgel. Hodgel in the cleanup spot. Batting fifth, playing first base, number 14, Cole Lavis. Lavis at first. Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 12, Parker Dusenberry. Dusenberry at the hot corner. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, number 4, Gavin Brumley. Brumley, the DH for the pitcher, number 9, Max Harmon. Harmon on the mound. Batting eighth, playing left field, number 6, Blake Judkins. Judkins in left. And batting ninth and rounding out the starting 9 for the McAlester Buffaloes, the center fielder, number 5, Jordan Clark. Clark in straightaway center. So we're going to be having our national anthem here in just a moment. We're going to take one more break when we do that. But before we go to break, because we're not going to get a big chance to be able to talk to you about what you're expecting here in this game or what you're most looking forward to, Nate, but your final thoughts before we have first pitch.
I mean, this should be a very competitive game. I'm very excited to see what both teams bring to the table.
A lot on the line tonight. Pryor with a chance of still being the 5A4 champions. McAlester with a chance to jump up to number 3. And we saw the difference in number 3 and number 4 last year. McAlester needed to beat Coweta once. They did not do so. Coweta took that 3 spot and then went on to go to the state tournament. The 4 spot had to go to Collinsville. We're going to be able to look at what's really going on in 5A3. 5A3 looks even crazier in their district than 5A4 does right now. But we'll see what happens after tonight. But right now the Buffaloes looking to get a win. Pryor trying to stay in control of their own destiny for the 5A4 championship. So we will take a break. When we return, we're going to be having our national anthem here at Mike Deak Field in McAlester, Oklahoma, under beautiful blue skies. You're listening to McAlester Baseball on KNED.
Big John's Auto Repair is here to help. We'll fix it right. We offer diagnostics, AC servicing, and engine repair. We make car trouble vanish like magic. We can prevent breakdowns and keep your car moving with regular maintenance. Same great service and friendly faces. Stop in today for all your car repair needs. Big John's Auto Repair, located at 325 Northeast Electric in Krebs.
So, checking accounts. There seems like a ton to choose from, right? I was looking for one that didn't charge monthly fees, with bounce protection, and had mobile banking. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. The bonus is that they're local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in checking options. The Bank NA. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs. Whether residential or commercial, First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. We update our listings daily. And don't forget, if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. If you have questions, give us a call at 918-423-3122.
Another silent activity.
Welcome back to McAlester, Oklahoma. We're about to have our moment of silence here at Mike Deak Field before we have the playing of our national anthem. But again, this is Brandon Green, joined alongside Nate Brown. We'll send you back to the field of Mike Deak, where PA announcer Derek Cattridge will lead us into our national anthem.
Thank you. And now, to honor America and the brave women and men serving our country throughout the world, please join in the playing of our national anthem.
Parter, you ready?
Let's baseball.
It is a picturesque day for baseball today. We have highs of 78 degrees by first pitch. It's going to drop down into the 60s, but barely. Again, about 69 degrees by the time that this game ends today under clear blue skies. And as you can see on the video stream there, hardly any wind, which here this year in Oklahoma, you're lucky when you don't get any wind.
No kidding.
3 miles per hour is what we're going to have at its max. Speaking of Max Harmon on the McAlester Buffalo bump right now. Let's look around the diamond. We have Lavis at first, Stinchcomb at second, Durant at short, Dusenberry at third. In the outfield, Judkins in left, Clark in center, Hodgel in right. In the battery for the Buffaloes, McKinney behind the plate. And on the mound today, Max Harmon. 3-4 record, 41 innings pitched, 2.90 ERA, 33 strikeouts to 18 walks, 282 batting average against him, and a 60% first pitch strike. And the righty, the senior righty for the McAlester Buffaloes, coming off the game of his life from last week, where he went 7 strong, didn't even throw 90 pitches against, at the time, the top team in 5A4. The Claremore Zebras gave up only 2 hits, struck out 4, only walked 1. And he is trying to do it again, once again, to the top team in 5A4, the Pryor Tigers this time, as they have a 1-game lead over the Claremore Zebras. We're about to have our first pitch. That is brought to you by Big V Feed Center. See Big V Feed Center in McAlester, Hatco Farm and Ranch in Kiowa, and Shakota Wholesale Feed Company in Shakota for your spring feeding program needs. Again, it will be Riley Hurst, Gavin Roberts, Clinton Stoller, 1-2-3 for the Tigers in the top of the first inning. McAlester played Pryor last year in non-district play, and the Buffaloes ended up falling in that game 5-2. McAlester struggled to hit with runners in scoring position. A lot of players in the Tigers team comes back this year, including Riley Hurst, who is ready in the box. Harmon is ready. Here's the windup, and the first pitch of the ball game is a bouncer into McKinney for ball 1, 5:59. 5:59 first pitch time here today, as it's baseball time here in the Heartland. Hurst is a speedster, 27 stolen bases from a season ago, as here's the 1-0 pitch to the righty. That one just missed the letters, and the count goes to 2 balls, no strikes. And Dusenberry knows this, so he's playing in on the infield turf over at the third base side in case Hurst decides to lay down a bunt. The Eastern Oklahoma State College commit waits for the 2-0 pitch. That one, same location it looked like, but that one crosses the letters for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Last year, Hurst batted out of the 3 spot. He went 2 for 3 against the Buffaloes. And coincidentally, Max Harmon pitched in that game as well. Got the start. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Count goes to even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. We'll get you a line on Max Harmon's outing against the Tigers from last year in just a moment. But here's the 2-2 pitch. A fly ball right side will land well foul, and we'll do it again at 2-2. Last year, McAlester played Pryor on April the 25th. It was after the 5A shootout. Again, Buffaloes fell 5-2. Here's the 2-2 again from Harmon. And staying alive is the righty Hurst. Fouls it back into the netting. Count still at 2-2. So Harmon, actually the Buffaloes won that game. I take that back. The Buffaloes won that game 5-2. They didn't lose. They beat the Tigers 5-2. Max Harmon got the win. Next pitch, fouled straight back again. We'll do it again at 2-2. But Harmon went 6 full, 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned. He did walk 6 batters, but struck out 4. Aiden Shumway got the save in that game.
Outside of the 6 walks, that's a pretty good line.
2-2 pitch from Harmon. Bounces in. Big battle here brewing. The opening batter, Riley Hurst. Batted .354 from a year ago, 23 RBI. Was 2023 and 2024 All-District selection and OK State Games selection. Here's the 3-2 pitch. And it misses low. Nice battle by Hurst. Works the walk, and we talked about his speed ability. He'll be taking first base with a chance to take second at any given moment. But again, Jackson McKinney has had a gun behind the plate. 14 caught stealing so far this season, which is up there for close to a record, if not the record. Again, we don't know what the record for caught stealing has been. We know that back in the day it was around 12 and 13.
Right, and he's already surpassed that.
Runner at first with nobody out brings up Gavin Roberts. Roberts a shortstop. Here's the first pitch. Off speed in there, strike 1. Roberts a year ago batted .333, 23 RBI. He's pretty fast himself, 18 stolen bases. He was a Tulsa World All-Metro first team selection.
Not too bad.
From a year ago, yes sir. Count 0-1. Runner takes off. No, now he stops as coming back over to first base as the pitch misses low. Or did he call it a strike? Called strike 2. I was looking back over at the runner at first base. Called strike right at the bottom of the zone. So Harmon gets the call, and the count goes now to 0-2. Roberts was the pitcher against the Buffaloes in last year's game. 0-2 pitch. Pops it up and out of play. Count will remain at 0-2. Roberts worked a walk, struck out looking, had an RBI single, and lined out to third against Harmon and Shumway a year ago. By the way, speaking of the end of the season last year, the end of the season this year is coming up too.
Yeah, it's come up really quick.
Had some changes in this week's schedule that we'll get to later on in the broadcast, but right now the count is at 0-2 for Harmon. To the righty Roberts. Runner takes off this time for good. Here's a line drive off of the press box. And he'll bounce all the way over to Gunnar Hodgel in right field.
That make you jump a little bit?
No, I feel like I was watching baseball in 3D. Count, it's at 0-2. Again,
I mean, you're technically always watching baseball in 3D if you're in person.
That's true. And if you're watching baseball from the third base spot, you're watching it in 3B. So,
oh my goodness,
that's a terrible joke. Count, it's at 0-2.
That was not one of your best.
Decent lead at first base by Hurst. Let's see if he takes off again on the 0-2 pitch. Well, not now, as there'll be a pickoff over to first. Back in safely is Hurst.
I thought you were going to talk about it being really in 40 if one's coming right at you.
That's true. Still the count at 0-2. Harmon trying to get his first strikeout, but these Tigers have been pesky so far. That one's driven over towards left center field. Clark roams over to his right, makes the catch in the left center alleyway, and that'll be out number 1. And yes, Buffalo Roll Call, let us know where you're listening from. Brian Hodgel says he's tuning in from the field, says let's go Buffaloes. Get the W, definitely has that AirPod. We encourage you to listen while you're over here at the field.
Yeah, always want you guys to come out and watch this team.
If you're listening on the app, it's about a 30-second delay, but if you're got one of those pocket FM transmitters,
yeah,
it's almost play-by-play. exactly as it's happening.
I was going to say, it's almost like that's what we do.
Brings up Clinton Stoller. Stoller, the righty, against the righty Harmon. 1 down, 1 on. That runner at first, top of the first inning, no score. Harmon waits, fires. Here comes the runner taking off for second. It's a pop-up to right field. Battling the sun is Hodgel, but he looks like he's underneath it. Make the catch. That one hung up there for a pretty long time. Throw back over to first. Gets over Labus, but backing him up is McKinney behind home plate. And that'll be out number 2. Again, you cannot blame the wind if you drop a pop fly today. Maybe the sun, but not the wind.
Yeah, it looked like hit and run was on both those times. And unfortunately for Pryor, both those times, ball went up in the air where that runner can't advance.
Brock Ward now steps up to the plate. 296 batting average from a year ago. Excuse me, 295. He had 1 home run. 24 RBIs, was an all-district selection. 2 down, 1 on. The pitch misses low for ball 1. So as Mr. Hodgel's tuning in, let us know where you're listening from on Twitter at Buff Sports Radio, or you can comment underneath our latest Facebook post at facebook.com/McAlester Radio. Big time match today between the Buffs and the Tigers. The pitch. That one in there, strike 1. Count evens up 1 ball, 1 strike. You can just go to facebook.com/McAlester Radio. You'll be able to find that post. Count even 1 ball, 1 strike. Harmon slide steps the pitch. That one just missed. Not quite sure where. Looked like it was below the letters. It wasn't outside or inside, was it, sir?
Maybe it was a touch outside, but it sure looked like it was over the plate to me.
Nate, as video director, is able to see the full screen, unlike myself, who's watching it in real time. Count is at 2-1. And the pitch. That one misses high, and that'll be ball 3. Hitters count now for Brock Ward. Sergio Benuelos is on deck. Ward last year batted out of the 6th hole, went 0 for 4 with 2 Ks, flew out to the catcher, and also grounded into a double play. 3 balls, 1 strike to the cleanup man. And the pitch. We swung on, popped up, shallow center field. Who wants it? Durant let it go as sliding and trying to make the catch was Clark. Here's the throw over to home plate. It's up the third base line, as that will go down more than likely as an E8. Looked like Durant had it at first, and still charging in from center field was Clark. He slid way early. As I'm looking back on it on the replay, they're calling it a hit on the scoreboard. The that'll probably go down as an error on the Game Changer app, which I'm going to get to in just a moment. But that brings in a run for the Tigers, and getting over to second base on the play was Ward. Now Sergio Benuelos comes up to the plate. First pitch. Curveball in there, strike 1. That is ruled as an error. Benuelos, he batted .288 a year ago. He's another fast player. 27 stolen bases. All district selection according to PrepBaseballReport.com. Count 0-1, runner at second, 2 down. Next pitch, fastball in there, strike 2. These are the kind of baseball days that you pray for, though. The nice weather, no wind.
Yeah, it's an absolutely beautiful day for some baseball.
Count at 0-2. Harmon looks to second base and delivers. Fastball misses high above eye level. Count now to 1-2. Harmon takes a look at second base. Pretty good lead by Ward. Next pitch. Just missed the outside corner, and the count now goes to 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Harmon still looking for that first strikeout. He's had a few Tigers and 2-strike pitches. He has not been able to get that strikeout yet. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Runner at second. Tigers lead 1-0 early in the top of the first. And the pitch. Be another pop-up. Second chance here for Clark. Comes in over at center field. Underneath it. Makes the catch, and that'll be out number 3. But on the air, the Tigers do take a 1-0 lead over the Buffaloes. We head to the home half of the first with McKinney, Stinchcomb, and Durant coming up. You're listening to McAlester Baseball on KNED.
Ready for a home run in comfort? Freeze and Flare Heat and Air LLC is always ready to step up to the plate. Whether it's beating the summer heat or staying warm through the winter chill, they're your go-to team for fast, reliable HVAC service. From quick repairs to expert installations, they ensure your home stays comfortable year-round. Don't despair or let your comfort sit on the bench. Call Freeze and Flare Heat and Air and keep your home out of the trench. We're licensed, bonded, and insured. Mechanical license number 0014445. And with our convenient online booking, it's never been easier to get the comfort you deserve. Shopping for furniture should never be a hassle, and at Tannehill Furniture and Mattress, we agree. So we will continue to offer unmatched customer service as we have for over 34 years. Stop by today and experience our store-wide savings. We offer 12 months interest-free financing or no credit needed. Tannehill Furniture and Mattress, 5 South 5th Street in McAlester. Celebrating 10 years of excellence. JP All-American Outdoor Contracting and Construction is your trusted partner for expert tree removal, high-end fences, decks, and custom construction. Serving Oklahoma with quality, safety, and reliability. We're here to transform your property. From emergency tree services to dream builds, we do it all. Call today for a free consultation and experience the difference. 910-568-8770.
Tigers take a 1-0 lead on an error in the top of the first inning. As we head to the bottom of the first, Buffaloes looking to get that run back. Jackson McKinney, Spencer Stinchcomb, Denver Durant coming up to the plate here in the bottom of the first. We'll look around the diamond for the Tigers in just a moment, but here comes Jaron Bailey as he'll toe the rubber and await Jackson McKinney batting .444 on the season, a team-leading stat. First pitch, missing the outside corner, ball 1. So around the diamond for the Tigers, Sloan at first, Crawford at second, Roberts at short, Banuelos at third. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Chopper, left side of the shortstop, charging in Roberts, makes the play, throws to first in time for out number 1. 6-3 ground out brings up the second baseman, number 1, Spencer Stinchcomb. Now in the outfield for the Tigers, you have Hurst in left, Foster at center, Ward in right. And the battery for Pryor, you have Stoller behind the plate, and Jaron Bailey, transfer from Salina, on the mound for the Tigers. Stinchcomb comes in, kind of had a rough 5A shootout, batted 100 over 3 days. Had 1 RBI, so the first pitch misses outside for ball 1. Did have a big hit, though, against Midwest City. Had a RBI single that tied the game at the time. Gave McAlester a chance in the later innings. 1-0 pitch. Kind of chased, caught the outside corner anyway. Count goes to even at 1-1. Stinchcomb is batting above 300 at .310 with a .371 on-base percentage. Here's the 1-1 to number 1. He grounds this one to the right side. Fielded easily by the first baseman Sloan. Tags the first base bag in time for out number 2. Brings to the plate the shortstop, number 21, Denver Durant. Durant went 3 for 9 with an RBI in the 5-8 shootout on Thursday and Friday. Started off his tournament, though, with a 3 for 3 day with a couple of doubles and an RBI against the Bombers. We'll also talk about McAllister's 5A shootout performance in just a moment, but we'll wait on the first pitch to Durant, as it is a big cut. He was going for the fences. Comes up empty, strike 1. So McAllister, they had, as we mentioned, the 5 errors in Game 1 against Midwest City, but they only had 1 error in the Games 2 and 3 combined. So here's a ground ball up the middle, snagged by the shortstop Roberts, who pokes at it, throws over to first base in time for out number 3. We'll continue that thought, but it's a 3-up, 3-down inning for the black and gold with 3 groundouts as we head to the top of the second. Pryor leads 1-0 over the Buffaloes on KNED.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. With 2 locations to choose from, we have close to 200 vehicles on the ground and coming in. And with vehicles starting at $29.95, we have something for everyone. And if you need parts or service, we are loading up at both locations to serve you better. Plus, with our mobile service van and our pickup and delivery, we can help you with sales and service no matter where you are. So come see us at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula and let us make it happen for you.
Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane and petroleum products, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma, with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, and Muskogee, just to name a few. If you need propane or petroleum products, there's only one number to call, 918-423-3121. Call today. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
Wow, Nissan has so many models to choose from. This Pathfinder looks just right. Wait a second, Maddie, isn't that a family car? Absolutely. What? I'm gonna be an aunt?
Come to Fenton Nissan and get a 2025 Pathfinder, and we'll throw in a Fenton family deal this season.
This deal applies even if you're an aunt, uncle, or just you.
And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at fentonnissan.com.
Welcome back to McAlester, Oklahoma. Mike Deak Field, Brandon Green alongside Nate Brown. We played one full inning. The Tigers lead the Buffaloes 1-0. 6, 7, 8 hole batters over the Tigers. Carter Sloan, Jaron Bailey, and Trace Crawford. Another righty-on-righty matchup as we get started here with Carter Sloan versus Max Harmon. Wind up in the first pitch of the second inning. Be a curveball missing outside for ball one. By the way, some Buffalo roll calls in here. Judy Holt-Mullen saying go Buffs. Justin McKinney chiming in saying thank you as well. And for anyone that watches this on replay, thank you for tuning in. This one will be popped up and out of play. And count goes to even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, anytime we ever have a game and it's on radio, well, every game's on radio. And if it's on video stream, you can always chime in and tell us where you're listening or watching from. Give you a shout out when we get the chance to. So next pitch misses down low for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to Sloan. And also it's a late shout out, but I'm going to get you one here in a second.
Okay.
Here's the 2-1. It's driven towards right center field. Clark on his horse dives, and he's well short. As that one will roll over towards the signs in right center field. It could be a triple. Rounding second to Sloan. Throw hits the cutoff man. Durant fires to third, not nearly in time. And it's a leadoff triple for Carter Sloan. The Tigers, that's their first official hit. I'll bring up Jaron Bailey with a chance to be able to help out his own cause here early. So 1-0 game, top of the second inning. Tigers lead the Buffaloes again. If McAlester loses this game and Durant wins, McAlester will be locked in at the 4 spot today. Again, we're just going over the district scenarios one more time. Pryor, if they win and Claremore loses to Tahlequah, they lock the 5A4 championship. Infield comes in, first pitch. Off speed, missing, ball 1. Pretty good spot there from Max Harmon.
I mean, that looked like it crossed at the knees.
Didn't look inside or outside of you, did it?
Nope, looked like it was right down the middle.
1-0 pitch. That one misses low and outside, though. The count goes to now 2-0. But I was going to say, we had Hammer Ward tune back in. He wanted to give, we missed that shout out the other day. And also, give me like 2 seconds, I can get to the other one. Counts at 2-0 right now. And the pitch from Harmon. That one right down Broadway, strike 1. And also Kaylee Labus tuning in. She was listening in from Stillwater. No, not right now. She was. It's a late shout out. And Mary's over. She's like right over there. No, I know that, but she was in Stillwater. I missed that shout out the other day. Here's the 2-1 pitch. It's a fly ball to right field. Might be deep enough to score the runner from third. Hodgel grabs. Here comes the runner. He fires from right field, and he won't let him go any further, but the ball gets past McKinney. Thankfully for McAlester, sliding back into the third base bag was Carter Sloan. Because if it gets past McKinney and he doesn't slide back into third, that's more than likely a run scored. So a fly out to right field gets it 1 down now in the top of the second inning. 1-0 is our score. Tigers lead. Brings up Trace Crawford. Crawford, the second baseman, number 26. First pitch. In there, strike 1. Infield stays in on the infield turf. Mary came in at the worst moment right there.
Yeah, that was perfect timing.
Count 0-1, one down, runner at third after the leadoff triple. The pitch in there, strike two. Boy, strikeout for Harmon here would be huge. He's still looking for his first one of the day. Tigers have been excellent with two on him. Been able to work in some deep counts and also get some hits, or at least put the ball in play. And he got him on the outside corner with the next pitch. 0-2 outside corner, called strike three. Backwards K of Trace Crawford. And now the infield can take a breath and take some steps back. After the leadoff triple, a fly out to right and a backward strikeout brings up Talon Foster, the center fielder. Looks like an all-righty lineup for the Tigers here. Foster, the 9-hole batter, trying to bring in the runner from third. 1-0 Tiger lead, trying to extend the top of the second. Pitch, curveball missing below the knees. That'll be ball one. But when we come back in the bottom half of the second inning, we'll continue on McAllister's 5A shootout and how they did and what was going well, what wasn't, as the next pitch fills the zone for strike one. And as we mentioned a little bit later on, we're trying to keep up with the Booker T. Durant game as much as we can, but we haven't had an update since the top of the third inning. If we get another update, we'll let you know.
I'll see if I can't find something.
1-1 outside corner, called strike two. And can Harmon be nails after the leadoff triple? He quickly toes the rubber once more, looking for back-to-back Ks. Looks at third, the 1-2 pitch. Bounces in, nice job on McKinney, being able to bounce it, or keep it in front on the bounce. And the count now goes to 2-2. That game changer delayed it at the top of the third inning with runners at first and second and two down. 2-2 pitch. This is low and outside, ball three. Talking about the Booker T. Durant game, by the way. That game is directly what McAllister wants to be looking at here. I mean, obviously, they focus on their game, but me as a broadcaster, I'm looking at two different games right now.
Right.
Here comes the payoff from Harmon. The 3-2. Chases a high fastball, but is able to foul it off down the first base line in front of the Pryor dugout. And we'll do it again at 3-2.
Okay, so they are not video streaming it currently, so that was the best way I was hoping for.
It's over in Booker T. And they were streaming it on Game Changer for a moment, but then it just cut out. 3-2 pitch. Still staying alive. It's Foster fouls it straight back. Count still at 3-2. Hurst is on deck with the top of the order. And everyone on the edge, or pretty close to it, of the infield dirt. 3-2. Harmon again. Ground ball, foul again in front of the Hughes Fieldhouse. Another big battle. They have made Harmon work so far in these first two innings. Harmon's about to throw his 46th pitch. Again, he didn't throw 90 pitches in 7 innings against Claremore. And they've almost made him throw 50 here in the first two. The 3-2 again. Missed high, and winning the battle is Talon Foster. Some good ABs from the top team in 5A4 right now. Runners at the corners for the top of the order. Riley Hurst. Don't know if we mentioned it when he first came up, but he batted .354 from a year ago.
Wow.
It was the returning team leader in batting average from a season ago. So this is who the Tigers won up in this situation. 1-0 Pryor lead. Harmon working out of the stretch. 31 move. Sliding back in safely over at first base is Foster. Awaiting the first pitch to the righty Hurst, who walked in his first plate appearance. Good lead at first base by Foster. And he stays put for now. First pitch misses high, ball one. It's been 1 run on 1 hit from the Tigers so far, 1 McAlester error. And the Buffaloes, only time up the plate, they went down in order 1, 2, 3, and it was quick. I don't even think that Bailey threw 10 pitches. I don't even know if he threw 5, honestly.
Man.
Pick off over to first base, leaning, but getting back in safely. Once again, it's Foster. You just heard, I don't know if you could hear it, but we could because it's directly underneath us on the first base dugout side. Everyone for Pryor yelled back. But also Foster showing a lean there, showing that he wants to get to second base. Again, quick pick off to first. They're keeping Foster They're keeping him in mind over there at first base, not forgetting about him. Count is 1-0 to Hurst. And the pitch. Runner stays put. Low, ball 2. Tigers only have one common opponent with McAlester outside of district play, and that's Midwest City. Buffaloes fell 6-5. And it was the Tigers winning over Midwest City 9-6. That was in the 5A shootout.
Oh.
Runner takes off. The next pitch is a called strike. The throw down to second base is cut off by Spencer Stinchcomb in front of the second base bag to see what happens over at third. Staying put with Sloan. So runners at second and third for Riley Hurst. Tigers trying to take a multi-run lead here. Up by 1, 2 down, 2 runners in scoring position in the top of the second. The 2-1 from Harmon. Missed high, eye level, ball 3. Hitters count for Hurst. He had 23 RBI from a season ago. 3-1 pitch. Does not swing. Called strike 2. Count moves full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Harmon trying to work out of a top of the second jam here. Payoff pitch. Pops it up and out of play. Again, the Tigers have been stingy with 2 strikes on them. A lot of foul balls. Good at-bats from Pryor.
And he's got to be pushing 50 pitches.
Oh, he's past that. That was pitch number 52. So if anything, even if the Tigers don't score here, which they very well could, they've worked up Harmon's pitch count. 3-2. Line drive. I told you they could. Over towards right center. Leaping, making the catch. Gunnar Hodgel. Have mercy. You got to be kidding me. Leaping, taking away extra bases from Riley Hurst. If OSSAA had a gold glove, Hodgel just won it. 1-0 is our score as we head to the home half of the second inning. It's still a 1-run game. You're listening to McAlester Baseball on KNED.
Big John's Auto Repair is here to help. We'll fix it right. We offer diagnostics, AC servicing, and engine repair. We make car trouble vanish like magic. We can prevent breakdowns and keep your car moving with regular maintenance. Same great service and friendly faces. Stop in today for all your car repair needs. Big John's Auto Repair, located at 325 Northeast Electric in Krebs.
So, checking accounts. There seems like a ton to choose from, right? I was looking for one that didn't charge monthly fees, with bounce protection, and had mobile banking. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. The bonus is that they're local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in checking options. The Bank NA. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs, whether residential or commercial. First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. We update our listings daily. And don't forget, if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. If you have questions, give us a call at 918-423-3122.
So the man that's the reason why we still have a 1-0 game comes up to the plate to lead off the bottom of the second inning. Gunnar Hodgel, after a fantastic running, leaping grab. We'll watch a first pitch ball down low for ball 1 from Jaron Bailey. So in the past 7 days, he has made the greatest catch that people have seen on Mike Deak Field along the warning track over in right field as this one's fouled off for strike 1. He made another fully extension Superman-type catch against Midwest City on Thursday. And then he's on a full sprint, showing off the hops like he's SGA. As this one misses high for ball 2. To steal extra bases away from Riley Hurst and keep the game at 1-0.
I don't know, man. That one looked more like Prime Russ out there.
Before you know it, he's going to be called Air Hodgel. I mean, come on. 2-1 is going to be fouled back for strike 2. He has shown some serious air time with these catches.
Yeah.
It's not an easy play that he made in that top of the second, even with the count at 2-2. Here's the windup from the righty and the pitch. He grounds us back up the middle, knocked down by Bailey. He'll throw over to first base in time for out number 1. So a little bit unlucky there is Hodgel, and a nice play by Bailey on the mound to be able to knock that down. And that bounced right by his face. So it's been 4 up, 4 groundouts by the McAlester Buffaloes. 2 to the shortstop, 1 to the first baseman, 1 to the pitcher. Brings up Cole Labus. Labus was the second most productive McAlester batter in the 5A shootout. He went 4 for 8. He's riding a 4-game hit streak as the first pitch is in there for strike 1, batting .455 over this 4-game streak with 1 RBI. That was last Tuesday against Claremore. McAlster's only hit against the Zebras in that game. 0-1. Fastball missing for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Labus is batting .400 on the year, .494 on base percentage, which is good for second best on the team. 1-1. As he drives his one to deep left center field, carrying towards the warning track, towards the wall, diving, not making the catch as the center fielder Foster, and now Labe is on his horse, round second, looking for the triple. Throw hits the cutoff man. The throw to third, not in time, sliding on top of the bag, Cole Labus with a 1-out triple. Stay hot, sir. And the Buffaloes have the tying run 90 feet away. Deep drive to left center. And Labus ran 270 feet around the base paths. He can catch his breath now. Probably even lost it because he landed right on top of the third base bag. Probably took his breath away.
Yeah, I can't blame him.
For Labus, that is his 9th extra base hit of the season. I believe his first triple. Could be wrong, though. 1 down. First pitch to Parker Dusenberry. Misses upstairs for ball 1. Dusenberry. He batted 2 for 7 with 3 walks and an RBI in the 5A shootout. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swings and misses for strike 1. On the season, Dusenberry batting .278 with a .394 on base percentage, 6 RBI. Batting .211 with runners in scoring. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 down. Labus at third. The next pitch, low and outside, gets to the backstop, but again, bounces so far off of it, and it's such a short backstop here at Mike Deak Field if you've never been here. No chance for Labus to score. 2 balls, 1 strike. Dusenberry ahead in the count. Two and 1. Bailey deals. Fastball misses high. 3 balls, 1 strike. Now to Dusenberry. Bottom of the second, McAllister's first hit was on a deep triple by Cole Labus. He stands at third waiting to be brought in. 3-1 to Dusenberry. He swings and misses for strike 2. Count up full at 3-2. Bailey looking for his first K. Gavin Brumley's on deck.
If you can just put this in play, that'll bring that run home and tie this game.
Yeah, infield is back, too. As long as it doesn't go to the pitcher or the third baseman, it should score Labus. 3-2 pitch. Misses the outside corner for ball 4. Just outside to Dusenberry. He works the walk. That is his 4th walk in 4 games. And brings up Gavin Brumley. That OBP for Dusenberry probably just got up to 400.
He was just below it, wasn't he?
Just below it at 394. Gavin Brumley comes up. He went 1 for 6 with 2 RBI and 3 walks himself in the 5A shootout. By the way, in that shootout, this is where McAlester really struggled in their games where they fielded the ball well and threw strikes. They were 176 with runners in scoring position. Batted 279 on the whole tournament, but was 176 with runners in scoring. Here's a chance to be able to get that big hit. Gavin Brumley looking for it. 1 down, the pitch. Outside corner missing, ball 1 to Brumley. First free pass given up by Bailey and the Tigers so far. Buffaloes have a chance to strike here early. Brumley batting .242 with a .419 on base percentage as he misses with this next pitch. Thinking about the snap throw with Stoller. But getting back over at first base is Dusenberry. 2 balls, no strikes to Brumley. Blake Judkins on deck out of the 8-hole. Taking off for second to Dusenberry. The pitch is high and inside. Throw down to second is high to the right. And swiping second base is Dusenberry as the count goes to 3-0. Dusenberry's been a pretty good stolen base guy. 12 on the season now. He's just 2 behind McKinney for the team leader. Showing off the speed. The count is a 3-0 on Brumley. And the pitch. And it's a 4-pitch walk to Gavin Brumley. And the bases are loaded for Blake Judkins. Stoller will go out to speak with Bailey. While we have this time, that's our bases loaded alert. That's brought to you by Pop's Kettle Corn in Old Town. Choose your flavor of kettle corn at Pop's Kettle Corn in Old Town. And looking for the big pop is Blake Judkins. Judkins went 0 for 4 in the 5A shootout, but he did have an RBI. He was hit by a pitch twice and walked. On the season, Judkins batting .286, .440 on base percentage, 9 RBI. Looking to come up big with a big hit here.
Blake Judkins.
So bases juiced, 1 down. Bottom of the second. First baseman Stallone plays in on the infield turf. And the pitch. Off speed, top of the zone, strike 1. Oh, 0-1 to Judkins, righty on righty. Labus at third after a leadoff triple. Dusenberry worked a walk, and then Brumley with a 4-pitch walk, as he's walked 4 times in the last 4 games.
There's a very large gap on that third base side.
0-1 misses high, and that moves the count out to 1 ball and 1 strike. Outfield playing pretty deep over in right field with Ward. Same way for center and left. But the positioning's pretty average there. Shortstop Roberts inching behind the second base bag. As Nate mentioned, there's a pretty big gap between third and short. 1-1. That one misses as well. Ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Tying run is at third base. Go ahead run in scoring position.
Base hit would obviously be huge here.
If you can get into the outfield's playing so deep, it should score Dusenberry, who's obviously shown plenty of speed. 2-1 pitch. Checked his swing, caught the outside corner, called strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jordan Clark on deck for McAlester. Buffaloes are able to get out of a second and third jam in the top of the second. Pryor trying to get out of a bases loaded jam with 1 down right now. 2-2 to Judkins. And he fouls this one off, staying alive. We'll do it again with 2-2 coming from Jaron Bailey. You know, we mentioned McAllister's pitch count on Harmon. Bailey, that was just his 30th pitch. Here comes number 31. 2-2, Bailey. Deals. Staying alive. Fastball. Was going to get on the outside corner, and he throws the bat at it. Is able to foul it straight back. Judkins looking for something that he can drive. Had a rough game against Carl Albert. I believe he went 0 for 2 with 2 Ks. Trying to bounce back from that here with a big hit in a district game. Doing it again at 2-2. Bailey out of the stretch. The pitch. Ground ball right side. This will score maybe a run if we can get over to first base. Throw to second is in time. The first got him. Just beating it out with the throw. Crawford to Roberts is slow and 4-6-3 double play. If Judkins would have beat it out at first base, a run would have scored. We would have had a tie game. Crawford a little bit slow on the grab to throw over to second base. It almost cost him, but the run does not score. 4-6-3 double play gets the Tigers out of the jam, and we head to the top of the third. Pryor still leading 1-0. You're listening to McAlester Baseball on KNED.
Ready for a home run and comfort? Freeze and Flare Heat and Air LLC is always ready to step up to the plate. Whether it's beating the summer heat or staying warm through the winter chill, they're your go-to team for fast, reliable HVAC service. From quick repairs to expert installations, they ensure your home stays comfortable year-round. Don't despair or let your comfort sit on the bench. Call Freeze and Flare Heat and Air and keep your home out of the trench. We're licensed, bonded, and insured. Mechanical license number 0014445. And with our convenient online booking, it's never been easier to get the comfort you deserve. Shopping for furniture should never be a hassle, and at Tannehill Furniture and Mattress, we agree. So we will continue to offer unmatched customer service as we have for over 34 years. Stop by today and experience our store-wide savings. We offer 12 months interest-free financing or no credit needed. Tannehill Furniture and Mattress, 5 South 5th Street in McAlester.
Celebrating 10 years of excellence.
JP All-American Outdoor Contracting and Construction is your trusted partner for expert tree removal, high-end fences, decks, and custom construction. Serving Oklahoma with quality, safety, and reliability, we're here to transform your property. From emergency tree services to dream builds, we do it all. Call today for a free consultation and experience the difference. 910-568-8770.
Heading to the top of the third inning, a bang-bang play at first base led to a double play of Blake Judkins as the Pryor Tigers get out of the bottom of the second unscathed. We head to the top of the third, 1-0. The Pryor Tigers still lead the McAlester Buffaloes in this big-time district matchup. I know we've been saying it really every district matchup because that's the case. These games are the games that decide where you're going to go in the playoffs. Everyone makes the regional tournament, but you want the best seeding that you can. McAlester not getting third place last year in 5A, I believe it was 4 at the time still, maybe the reason why they didn't go to the state tournament.
Yeah.
So your trip to state are in these games, not just the regional tournament. And here's the first pitch to this 2-hole batter for the Tigers, Gavin Roberts, in there for strike one. And McAlester cannot finish first or second, and they can't finish 6th or 7th. 3, 4, 5 is all that's available for the Buffaloes. Here's a line drive to left field. Judkins hardly has to move, makes the catch in time for out number 1. Brings up Clinton Stoller, who flew out to right field in his first at-bat. Still looking for an update on Durant and Booker T. That's the main game. That's the only game that matters to McAlester in terms of where they're going to finish.
Right.
Except for their own, obviously. Again, if McAlester wins this game, then no matter what happens between Durant and Booker T, the 3 seed is still on the table. If McAlester loses this game and Durant wins, so here's the first pitch that bounces in for ball 1. McAlester will be locked in at 4, no matter what happens. Because they will not be able to drop all the way down to 5, but they cannot climb over Durant for 3rd. So we're still waiting to see what happened with that game. That game had a first pitch time of, as time was called, as Harmon was trying to start his windup. That had a first pitch time of 4:30, and Game Changer's last update was at the top of the 3rd inning with 2 down in a no-score ball game.
And I'm still trying to see if there's any way we can find that.
1-0 pitch. In there, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Stoller. Defense has reigned supreme in the 2nd inning. Let's see what happens in the top of the 3rd. 1-1 pitch. Ground ball first base side. Handling it on a hop is Cole Labus. Taps first base in time for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down brings up Brock Ward. He had the fly ball that led to an error on a ball that went into that Bermuda triangle between center, 2nd, and short. Led to a drop ball and a run scored. That's been the difference so far. But if anyone just happens to know someone from Durant or from Booker T that can text us updates to that game, as, again, Game Changer is stalled out at the top of the 3rd, we'd love to know. First pitch curveball misses low and outside to Ward for ball 1. 1-0 pitch. Outside corner called strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. In fact, if McAlester wins today, they cannot finish 5th. 5th is out of the question with McAlester wins today.
Right.
Doesn't matter what happens between Booker T and Durant. 1-1 pitch. Check swing would have been a high pitch. That one's fouled off. They're appealing over to first base. Didn't he tip the ball?
Yeah. I don't know what the discussion is.
Maybe the discussion was, did it hit the batter? Maybe that was the only discussion. Right there, to me, it looked like it just tipped the bat. The count is now 1-2. And the pitch to Ward. Bounces into McKinney. Count goes to even at 2-2. Yeah, they were trying to see if it maybe hit the hand or whatever. Because it very clearly looks like it tipped the bat from our angle. Count is even at 2-2. Harmon looking for the 1-2-3 inning. The pitch to Ward. Pops it up and out of play. You know when to bring this in. All flags, the state of Oklahoma flag, the American flag, and the McAlester Buffalo flag, left to right accordingly, all at a complete standstill. And we're even having a little bit of a flyover from geese. We've had a lot of those this year.
Yeah, that's at least the 3rd or 4th one that I can remember.
2-2 pitch. Curveball misses low outside. Another good AB here from a Tiger. Count moves to full at 3-2.
Yeah, I've checked all the sources that I know would potentially have an update on the game, and none of them do.
Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Harmon winds and deals, and fouling it off again is Ward. What a battle. A collective battle between the Tigers and Harmon so far today. No one's gone down easy. Count still 3-2. And the pitch. Inside corner, got him looking, strike 3. Max Harmon deals a fastball. Froze Brock Ward, and that'll be the end of the top of the third inning. We head to the bottom of the third. 9-1-2 batters up at the Buffaloes. Jordan Clark, Jackson McKinney, Spencer Stinchcomb, and we return on KNED.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. With 2 locations to choose from, we have close to 200 vehicles on the ground and coming in. And with vehicles starting at $29.95, we have something for everyone. And if you need parts or service, we are loading up at both locations to serve you better. Plus, with our mobile service van and our pickup and delivery, we can help you with sales and service no matter where you are. So come see us at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula and let us make it happen for you.
Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane and petroleum products, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma, with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, and Muskogee, just to name a few. If you need propane or petroleum products, there's only one number to call, 918-423-3121. Call today. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
Coming to the plate for McAlester, center fielder number 5, Jordan.
Heading to the bottom of the third inning, the McAlester Buffaloes down to the Pryor Tigers, 1-0 our score here in the first game of the final district series of the season. So here's the first pitch to Jordan Clark, shows bunt, pulls back, misses low, ball 1. Clark on the season has the only bunt single for the Buffs. Batting a little bit below 200 with a 291 OBP. Out of the 9 spot, the 1-0 pitch. Big cut, swinging to miss for strike 1. Yeah, I don't see anything on OSA about Durant and Booker T, but we're going to keep on checking every source we got to see if we can find updates on that score, why it's stalled out. This one's fouled back into the glove of the catcher Stoller, and the count moves to 1-2. But also McAlester baseball's season, like I said, the regular season is starting to come to an end here. Here's the 1-2 from Bailey. Bounces in, traveling about 53 feet. Their count goes to even at 2-2. And there were some changes to the original schedule for this week. Is the 2-2 pitch. Misses down low for ball 3. Count goes to full at 3-2. Clark getting the benefit of that borderline pitch. Needs to battle up here at the count at 3-2. Bailey deals again. And this one outside corner called strike 3. Got Clark with a backward skate. There's the first strikeout of the day for Jaron Bailey. Brings up the top of the order in Jackson McKinney. So for McAlester, they'll play Pryor at Pryor tomorrow to finish off the district schedule. We were supposed to play Wright City back in March. That game kind of got rescheduled to this Thursday.
Right.
Wright City comes here. First pitch to McKinney, misses for ball 1. McKinney grounded out the shortstop in his first at bat. 1 down, nobody on for the Buffaloes. Bottom of the third. Buffaloes trail 1-0. So here's the 1-0 pitch. High pop-up. Going to be a long time for this one to come down to earth. Left fielder Hurst underneath it will make the catch for out number 2. Brings up Spencer Stinchcomb, who grounded out to the first baseman Sloan in his first at bat. 2 up, 2 down for the Buffaloes in the bottom of the third, down by 1. But then after Thursday, at home against Wright City, we have at Broken Bow on Friday at 5 p.m. Again, all these are weather permitting, with some of the rain that's supposed to be coming in later on this week. Then Monday is at Worcester. Into May, we have Friday at Muskogee, and Saturday against Oklahoma. Here's a pop-up foul territory. First baseman Sloan near the fencing. It will go over the fence for strike 1. Bullpen. Into the arm barn. Count 0-1. Bailey will wind and deal the 0-1 pitch. That will miss up and outside.
Now, arm barn, I haven't heard that one before.
you know, it's kind of funny.
What's that?
I didn't create it. The last time I heard about it is here's the 1-1 pitch. And it'll be chopped up the middle. We'll get to that thought in a second. Coming in, charging as Roberts grabs the snags, throws to first, and it's wide right. As the ball also got out of play, so Stinchcomb
We'll go to second.
is going to get to go to second base here. That would have been a tough play for Roberts. It was a tough play for Roberts. It hopped in front of him in between the mound and second base. We'll see what they officially ruled out on Game Changer here. I think it's close to say if he beats it out at first base or not. It is ruled a single, and then reaching second on what is an E6. They're going to say that Stinchcomb would have beat it out, but the throw did get out of the first baseman Sloan's reach, which still leads to an error. So even though he has the single, the throw still resulted in an error to get Stinchcomb to second base to bring up Denver Durant. So McAlester once again has a runner in scoring position. So far, 0 for 1 with runners in scoring. Durant grounded out at the shortstop. Shortstop grounding out to another in his first at bat. But no, PETA came up with a arm barn. The last organization that you would imagine.
Oh, I was like, what are you talking about, PETA?
Yeah, going back to my earlier thought, here's the first pitch to Durant. So he drives this one to left center field, carrying, but Foster's underneath it. He'll make the catch, strolling towards the left center alleyway in time for out number 3. So that sends us to the top of the 4th inning as we play 3 full. Tigers hanging on to that 1-0 leader of the Buffaloes. You're listening to McAlester Baseball on KNED.
Wow, Nissan has so many models to choose from. This Pathfinder looks just right. Wait a second, Maddie, isn't that a family car?
Absolutely.
What? I'm gonna be an aunt?
Come to Fenton Nissan and get a 2025 Pathfinder, and we'll throw in a Fenton family deal this season.
This deal applies even if you're an aunt, uncle, or just you.
And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at fentonnissan.com.
Big John's Auto Repair is here to help. We'll fix it right. We offer diagnostics, AC servicing, and engine repair. We make car trouble vanish like magic. We can prevent breakdowns and keep your car moving with regular maintenance. Same great service and friendly faces. Stop in today for all your car repair needs. Big John's Auto Repair, located at 325 Northeast Electric in Krebs.
So, checking accounts. There seems like a ton to choose from, right? I was looking for one that didn't charge monthly fees, with bounce protection, and had mobile banking. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. The bonus is that they're local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in checking options. The Bank NA. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
We're back in McAlester. The McAlester Buffaloes trailing the Pryor Tigers 1-0. Top of the 4th inning, here we come. Here's the first pitch of the 4th, and it'll miss down low and inside to the righty, Sergio Banuelos. He flew out to center field back in his first at bat. Harmon in for his 4th inning of work after working a 1-2-3 in the top of the 3rd. 1-0 pitch. Ground ball left side down the line. Trying to go over the diving catch was Dusenberry, and it's past him. Ball gets into left field. Trouble with the handle is Judkins, and getting over to second with a leadoff double will be Banuelos. Second pitch of the 4th inning is driven down the line as the Tigers record their second hit of the game. Brings up Carter Sloan. He had the first one. It was a triple over to right center field. So the Tigers looking for some distance. Again, the Tigers have played a lot of close games this season. 45% of their games that they have played this year have been with 3 runs, but decided by 3 runs or less.
Oh, wow.
They're 7-6 in those games. Here's an off-speed pitch, outside corner called strike 1 to Sloan. And a lot of those games have been in district play. Booker T, they played a 1-run game and a 4-run game. I know that's not 3, but
yeah,
5 combined runs decided between 2 games where they won both of them. Here's the 0-1 from Harmon. Misses high, ball 1. Then they beat Durant in extra innings, and then 1 by 1. So if we're keeping track at home, that's combined 9 runs and wins in 4 district games.
Man, like to keep it close.
There's the 1-1. And this one's driven towards shallow left field. Judkins will have to watch this one bounce. He'll come in. We'll see if they send the runner. They'll keep him at third base. Judkins fires it to the third baseman, Dusenberry, and that'll be a single from Carter Sloan. Has 2 out of the 3 hits for the Tigers to bring up Jaron Bailey. Flew out to right field. But then they broke it open. They beat Will Rogers 22-2 and 20-0. They lost to Claremore 5-2, but then again, won in extra innings, their second extra inning win that they had in district play against Claremore, which is the reason why they're currently at the top of the 5A4 standings.
Right.
And then they beat Tahlequah 4-3, another one-run game, and then won 6-1. Runners at the corners with nobody out. 31 move, no one's going anywhere. Up is Jaron Bailey. He flew out to right field, but he did not give it a right. First pitch, missing the letters for ball one. I'm actually mistaken it. Riley Hurst was the one that lined it to right center field that Hodgel took one away from. Bailey hit it to shallow right field. And again, Hodgel's arm throwing it to home plate kept Sloan at the time he was at first base, strained it at third. 1-0 pitch. That one missing for ball two. 2 balls, no strikes for Max Harmon to Jaron Bailey. Pitcher v. pitcher matchup here. Again, Harmon's pitch count is up there. Top of the fourth, that was pitch number 73. Here come the Geese again. They love the flyovers. 2-0 pitch. Low for ball three. And if they keep that up, again, I haven't noticed that in the 8-9 years I've been calling games. Here's a ball that gets away from Harmon, and Stinchcomb is able to grab it and give it back over to him. I haven't noticed Geese fly over Mike Deak Field as much as they do this year.
Yeah, I don't know what changed.
It's the turf field, maybe?
Maybe.
3-0 pitch. Outside corner called strike one. But if they keep on doing this, we're going to have a Randy Johnson situation.
Oh, no.
But with a line drive. Counts at 3-1. Harmon trying to work all the way back. And the pitch. And can't get the letters. That'll be ball four, and the bases are loaded for the Tigers with nobody out. Brings to the plate Trace Crawford.
Now, what would the rule be in that situation?
If a ball hit the
geese?
I don't know. Hit a goose? No, that'd be a dead ball, I think, at that point, right? It'd be a dead something, that's right. First pitch. Trying to get the letters, missing. Ball one. And Harmon's just not getting that high pitch. McKinney's going to go speak to him. We'd like to thank our sponsors today, Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford, W.E. Alford Propane, Fenton Nissan and McAlester, Big John's Auto Repair, The Bank and A, First Realty, Freeze and Flare Heat and Air, Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, and JP All-American Outdoor Contracting, LLC. So the Buffaloes are down 1-0 to the Tigers, as Pryor is looking to extend their lead here. They've been able to work up the pitch count of Harmon up to 77 pitches to this point. And Harmon threw around this amount of pitches in all 7 innings against Claremore last week, but Claremore put the ball in play more. McAlester played great defense.
Mm-hmm.
Harmon struck out 4 and only gave up 2 hits in the process, and a 1-0 win in that one. Back into the zone goes Harmon after the word from McKinney and Harmon. Counts even at 1 ball, 1 strike. One and one. And the pitch. This one's fouled off and out of play, and the count goes to 1-2. Middle infield is playing back. In case he gets grounded to them, they can roll it up the middle. Corner infielders playing in to go home with it if it gets hit to them first. Counts at 1-2 on Trace Crawford, who struck out looking in his first bat. He's down on the count right now, 1-2. And the pitch. Slaps it up the middle. Diving attempt from Durant gets past his glove. 1 run's going to score. So will a second. Here's the throw from center field. That'll be well late. And it's a 2 RBI single by Trace Crawford, advancing a second on the throw. And it's a 3-0 Pryor lead. Again, sometimes you just got to make contact. He was trying to have more of a defensive swing on that swing.
Mm-hmm.
It was an outside pitch that was a well-placed pitch from Harmon. Just trying to fight it off. And he's able to ground it up the middle, past the diving glove of Durant, and it leads to a 3-0 Tiger lead. Now the McAlester infield will come in on the infield turf with runners at second and third and still nobody out for Talon Foster. First pitch. Missing down low, ball 1. And so many starters returned from last year's team for the Tigers. They bring back an experienced team from a year ago that was just barely missing the state tournament. As this one will bounce away. They did host last year. Count goes to 2-0 now on Foster. But Banuelos returns, Roberts returns, Hurst returns, Stoller returned, Brock Ward, Sloan. They bring back 7 out of their 9 starters from a year ago.
Man.
Next pitch, ground ball. It will go towards the McAlester dugout. Counts at 2-1.
A lot of times teams who bring back that many stars, they're really tough to play against.
Just bring back a ton of experience. 22-14 from a year ago. 2-1 pitch. Be lined towards center field. This one will land. It will clear the bases. Extra bases here from Talon Foster out of the 9-hole. Rounding second on his horse, trying to get third. Throw hits the cutoff man. The throw to third base is up the third base line and not in time. 2 RBI triple for Talon Foster. And the top of the order coming up for the Tigers. And it's 5-0. Brings up Riley Hurst with a chance for more.
To the plate, left fielder number 8, Riley.
Again, if McAlester loses today, they're down by 5. They need to come back now. Top of the 4th inning, Tigers have put up a 4 spot. McAlester still has not recorded an out. The infield will once again come in on the infield turf against the top of the order batter, Hurst. First pitch to him, off speed, outside corner, strike 1. McAlester loses today and Durant wins. McAlester will be locked in at the 4 spot. If McAlester loses and Durant loses, the 5 seat could still be available for McAlester to drop down to. This one's chopped to the third baseman, Dusenberry. Quick fires over to first base in time for out number 1. 5-3 grounded to Hurst. Runner stays put at third. And it brings up Gavin Roberts, who's flown out to center field and lined out to left.
To the plate, shortstop number 3, Gavin Roberts.
For Pryor, if they sweep McAlester this week, they will win the 5A4 district title, no matter what happens with Claremore, who plays Tahlequah. Maybe I can get an update on that score. But I can't find one on Booker T and Durant that had their game start at 4:30. Next pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 to Roberts. I'll try to find a score on Tahlequah here. Tahlequah and Claremore. Oh, Claremore. Claremore beat him 15-0 today.
Ooh.
Claremore over Tahlequah already. 0-1 pitch. Curveball outside corner, strike 2. We've been there, Tigers.
Yep.
Count is at 0-2. Harmon trying to get the strikeout. Of Roberts, who's put the ball in play twice. And the pitch. Chops this one third base side. Just out of the reach of third base coach Gerald Osborne, who, like I said, such a legend in the sport. Like 31 seasons. This is his 31st season, according to the Oklahoma Baseball Coaches Association. 780 wins to 354 losses. Top 50 all time.
Pretty impressive.
Pretty impressive. I think he's around 44. 0-2 pitch. Pops this one up and out of play. No one can get to this. To the Sea of Concrete, count will remain at 0-2. I think we should be getting a Durant Booker T update sometime. Again, they don't have lights over there at Booker T. That's where they're playing today.
Oh.
Here's the 0-2 from Harmon. Bounces in. Count goes to 1-2 as now Harmon's eclipsed 90 pitches. More than likely, someone's going to have to come in for Harmon today unless he can start getting some quick outs. 1 down, 1 runner at third, infield in, 1-2 pitch. Popped up and out of play again. It's been a great mindset at the plate for the Tigers. Fight off the tough pitches, put the ball in play. Good things happen. They've struck out twice so far today. McAllister's had a similar mindset, but they haven't been able to really fight off the tough borderline pitches and get one in the zone that they can drive. There's only been 1 hit so far from McAlester, and it was a triple. And also when McAllister's been striking the ball, it's been going straight to the fielders.
Yeah. Just some bad luck.
Tigers looking to build on an already 4-run top of the 4th. We'll do it again with Harmon. 1-2 out of the stretch. Flies this one to right. Could be deep enough to score the run. It's still going back as Hodgel. Now underneath it, makes the catch. Runner will tag. Here's Field up the third base line, not in time. Sack fly from Gavin Roberts brings in Talon Foster, and it is a 6-0 Pryor lead. So that brings up Clinton Stoller, who is 0-2. He's flown out to right himself and grounded out to the third baseman. The Tigers lead 6-0. And they've gotten a little bit of a insurance on the Buffaloes as the first pitch is in there for a strike to the righty Stoller. Count 0-1, 2 down, bases are now clear for Harmon in the Buffalo defense. And is about to start his windup, and then calling time at the last second was Stoller. Oh, 1. Fastball missing high. Count evens up 1 ball, 1 strike. All the way back over at third base is Dusenberry. Same way with the entirety of the infield. His next pitch misses high again, ball 2. Sun continues to set here at McAlester. We have about daylight for another 30 to 45 minutes.
Yeah, I can check on that too.
2-1 from Harmon. This one's lined over to center field and deep. On his horse is Clark. Leaps, it's well over his head, and it bounces off the batter's eye. Extra bases again for the Tigers. And sliding into second with a 2-out double is Clinton Stoller. That is the third extra base hit of the inning for the Tigers. Benuelos hit a double. Foster hit a triple. And now Stoller with a double. And this will be the 9th batter of the inning for the Tigers and Brock Ward.
And we'll have a courtesy runner at second base as Brett Wigington. I believe he played basketball for Pryor because I recognize that name.
Very well could have. Again, I don't have the basketball roster in front of me, so I don't want to say anything. But yes, Wigington is a name that I remember. Runner at second base. Buffalo's down 6-0. Tigers, again, right when Harmon's about to deliver, time is called. Very last second there by Ward. Ward has reached on an E8, and he has struck out looking.
And we scoured over last night. That's all I'm talking about.
That's the first pitch missing for ball 1. So as of right now, the Buffaloes are down to their final 7 games of the regular season. It has come and gone. McAlester, this is their 28th game of the year. And if you're wondering what the schedule is for this week, as we mentioned it earlier, it's the 1-0's in there for strike 1. We've added that Wright City game based on the original schedule because we didn't get to play Wright City earlier this year in March.
Mm-hmm.
That was supposed to be played on a Saturday. Salsaw, that was going to be played on Saturday. That is no longer a game.
Yeah, canceled, I guess.
It's not on the schedule. It's the 1-1 misses high for ball 2. I'm looking on Game Changer, and I looked on the McAlester Athletics this week in athletics post, and it did not mention Salsaw on Saturday. So it correlates with McAlester baseball and with McAlester Athletics. 2-1 to Ward as he pops this one up shallow right field. Coming in, Hodgel calls off Stinchcomb, makes the catch, and that'll be out number 3, but not before a 5-run 4th by the Pryor Tigers. We played half a 7-inning game, heading to the bottom of the 4th. It'll be Gunnar Hodgel, Cole Avis, and Parker Dusenberry up to the plate for the Buffaloes. You're listening to McAlester Baseball on KNED.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs. Whether residential or commercial, First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. We update our listings daily. And don't forget, if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. If you have questions, give us a call at 918-423-3122.
Ready for a home run in comfort? Freeze and Flare Heat and Air LLC is always ready to step up to the plate. Whether it's beating the summer heat or staying warm through the winter chill, they're your go-to team for fast, reliable HVAC service. From quick repairs to expert installations, they ensure your home stays comfortable year-round. Don't despair or let your comfort sit on the bench. Call Freeze and Flare Heat and Air and keep your home out of the trench. We're licensed, bonded, and insured. Mechanical license number 0014445. And with our convenient online booking, it's never been easier to get the comfort you deserve.
We're back in McAlester where the McAlester Buffaloes are in the middle of their last district series, this time with the Pryor Tigers. We had someone go to the McAlester bullpen. Looked like Wilson Alford getting ready for McAlester, as well as Jordan Clark making his way down there. Bottom of the fourth, up for the Buffaloes, it'll be Gunnar Hodgel, Cole Labus, Parker Dusenberry looking to get something started here. As here's a ground ball quickly to the shortstop Roberts. Fields throws to first, and a nice stretch by the first baseman Sloan gets a quick out number one. One pitch, one out. That's what you call efficiency there for Jaron Bailey. Brings up Cole Labus. Labus has one of the two hits for the Buffaloes, a deep drive to left center field. And if we would have had the same win that we've had for the last month and a half, that one would have left the yard.
Yeah.
First pitch to Labus, missing low for ball one. Junior Labus, as we mentioned, coming into this game, batting an even .400. He's since upped that with that triple. .494 on base percentage. Again, that has gone up to now near .500. 1-0 from the righty. Missing up and outside. Labus now up in the count 2-0. And if you were mentioning, again, McAllister's got to, again, make quite a comeback now to the Tigers where they've struggled with Jaron Bailey so far. Here's the 2-0. Fouled off and out of play for strike one. This isn't a 3-run or less game yet, but McAlester in their games, which 41% of their games have been decided by 3 or less, they're 7-4.
Oh, wow.
2-1, missing high for ball 3. So they've, despite being a young team, have been pretty good in close games. They know how to, play in the 7th inning when the pressure's on.
Yeah, it's not something you typically see.
3-1 is another line drive, this time to right center field, going towards the alleyway. That one will land for Labus as well. He'll take a big turn around first and be held to a single. Nice job by the Pryor outfield to get that in quickly and leave it to a single. But they tried shifting over to the left for Foster because that's where Labus hit that ball, was to deep left center field. And Labus said, okay, well, if you're going to do that, I'll just go the other way.
Yeah.
That one a little bit less juice. That brings up Parker Dusenberry, worked to walk in his first plate appearance on a 3-2 count. 1 on, 1 down. Buffaloes trailing 6-0. Bottom of the fourth as the first pitch is fouled back into the grandstand netting for strike one. Also, we also look at McAlester baseball. This is game number 28, and you feel like you've played a lot of games in the month of April.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy?
What's that?
Major League Baseball's played almost more than McAlester baseball has played this year. Here's a ground ball deep to the left side. Fielded by the shortstop for one, over to first, and in time for out number 3. Another double play there for the Tigers. This time a 6-4-3 and another bang-bang play at first base. So we played 4 full. The Tigers lead 6-0. Heading to the top of the 5th. You're listening to McAlester Baseball on KNED.
Shopping for furniture should never be a hassle. And at Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, we agree. So we will continue to offer unmatched customer service as we have for over 34 years. Stop by today and experience our store-wide savings. We offer 12 months interest-free financing or no credit needed. Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, 5 South 5th Street in McAlester. Celebrating 10 years of excellence. JP All-American Outdoor Contracting and Construction is your trusted partner for expert tree removal, high-end fences, decks, and custom construction. Serving Oklahoma with quality, safety, and reliability. We're here to transform your property. From emergency tree services to dream builds, we do it all. Call today for a free consultation and experience the difference. 910-568-8770.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. With 2 locations to choose from, we have close to 200 vehicles on the ground and coming in. And with vehicles starting at $29.95, we have something for everyone. And if you need parts or service, we are loading up at both locations to serve you better. Plus, with our mobile service van and our pickup and delivery, we can help you with sales and service no matter where you are. So come see us at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula and let us make it happen for you.
Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane and petroleum products, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma, with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, and Muskogee, just to name a few. If you need propane or petroleum products, there's only one number to call, 918-423-3121. Call today. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
We're back. Top of the 5th inning for the McAlester Buffaloes defense, and they have a new pitcher. This call to the bullpen brought to you by Barlow Built Performance and Automotive, your full-service automotive and transmission repair shop, 2201 North Main Street in McAlester, open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 918-318-0323. New pitcher on the mound for the Buffaloes, Jordan Clark. Here's the first pitch to his first batter. It runs inside on the fastball for ball 1 to Sergio Benuelos. Benuelos has gone 1 for 2 today. He has doubled and flown out to center field. Let's go around diamond in just a second for the Buffaloes on the pitching change. Here's the 1-0 that misses high for ball 2. So now around the diamond we have, looks like Clark going to the mound, Harmon out. Hodgels roamed from right to center, and Brumley from the dugout to right field. Two-0 pitch from Clark. Fastball upper part of the zone for strike 1. Clark's line so far this season, he has a 1-0 record, 1 save, 6 2/3 innings pitched, 4.20 ERA, 10 strikeouts, 7 walks, 240 batting average against him, and a 69% first pitch strike percentage. So this one's fouled off for strike 2. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Coming off a pretty good outing against the Lawton Mac Highlanders. McAlester won that game 11-1 in 4 innings. For Clark, he went 4 strong, gave up just 2 hits, 1 run that was earned, 3 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Even at the count 2-2 against the 5-hole batter Sergio Benuelos. 2-2 pitch. Went with a changeup, got him out in front for strike 3. Nice entrance to the game on the mound for Jordan Clark. Sit him down, throw it around, 1 down here in the top of the 5th inning. Brings up Carter Sloan, who is having a good day today. 2 for 2 with a triple and a single out of the 6-hole. Last year against McAlester, he went 1 for 2 with a walk, ground out to second, and a single. So against McAlester, if you want to do the math there, he's 3 for 4 in 2 seasons. His first pitch misses high for ball 1. Still no wind here in McAlester. Thank goodness. I've had enough of the wind.
Yeah, no kidding. Draw those storms this weekend, too.
Yeah, no joke. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Clark. That fastball runs up and inside, ball 2. Yeah, and it was weird because we expected the storms really to be more so of a concern on Friday night, not so much Saturday night.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden Saturday night, Oklahoma weather wanted Oklahoma weather.
Yeah.
A little bit North Texas too. 2-0 pitch. Inside fastball missing for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. And tornadoes always want to fight us at night.
Yeah, fight us in the daylight, cowards.
Count us 3-0.
Making me stay up late.
And the pitch, and back in there for Clark, strike 1. Yeah, I mean, at one point on Saturday, if any Pryor fans are tuning in, we had, I think, 3 different tornado warnings covering Pittsburgh County, the entirety of Pittsburgh County at once. So here's the pitch on the outside corner for strike 2 as Clark works back from 3-0 to 3-2.
Yeah, it was all 3 right on top of us.
Wasn't a fun time.
It seemed, it did not seem promising.
3-2 pitch. Worked all the way back. Caught him with a fastball up high. High cheddar for strike 3 and out number 2. Sit him down, throw it around. 2 down here in the top of the 5th inning. Jordan Clark. Nice start to his outing. Brings up Jaron Bailey, who's 0 for 1 with a fly out to right and a walk.
I mean, coming in and getting back-to-back strikeouts, that's a pretty good day so far.
Getting that fastball revving on up. He's mixed it well with the change. Goes back to the fastball, but misses high. Almost felt like that went through the glove of McKinney there for ball 1. But it's been a long time since I've seen a complete standstill of flags. Not a single gust of wind today. 1-0 pitch. This one's fouled straight back. Count goes to even at 1-1. It's a 6-0 Tiger lead for those on radio, top of the 5th inning. Sun is setting over on the left side. That's where sunglasses become imperative for the right side of the diamond. Labes at first, Tinchcombe at second, and Brumley in right field kind of trying to shield the sun with his eyes. 1-1 pitch. Misses low and outside for ball 2. No, I played that side over there before. I was primarily a third baseman. I played first base too. And when the sun gets to that level, you always want the ball to come to you, but at that point you're like, please don't.
Yeah, just for a little bit.
2-1. Misses low for ball 3. At that moment, you're hoping that he goes to anywhere but you.
Yeah. because you never know if it's coming right at you.
Especially when you're playing first base. I mean, you always call third base the hot corner, but first base can very well be the same way.
Yeah.
Especially if you have a lefty up. 3-1 pitch. It's popped up. Shallow right field. Stinchcomb giving chase towards the line. Will make the catch right by the right field line for out number 3. So we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. The McAlester Buffaloes down 6-0 as Jordan Clark works a 1-2-3 inning out of the pen. You're listening to McAlester Baseball on KNED.
Wow, Nissan has so many models to choose from. This Pathfinder looks just right. Wait a second, Maddie, isn't that a family car?
Absolutely.
What? I'm gonna be an aunt?
Come to Fenton Nissan and get a 2025 Pathfinder, and we'll throw in a Fenton family deal this season.
This deal applies even if you're an aunt, uncle, or just you.
And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at fentonnissan.com.
Big John's Auto Repair is here to help. We'll fix it right. We offer diagnostics, AC servicing, and engine repair. We make car trouble vanish like magic. We can prevent breakdowns and keep your car moving with regular maintenance. Same great service and friendly faces. Stop in today for all your car repair needs. Big John's Auto Repair, located at 325 Northeast Electric in Krebs.
So, checking accounts. There seems like a ton to choose from, right? I was looking for one that didn't charge monthly fees, with bounce protection, and had mobile banking. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. The bonus is that they're local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in checking options. The Bank NA. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Bottom of the 5th, the Pryor Tigers lead the McAlester Buffaloes 6-0. McAlester with 9 outs to work with here to try to get back into this game. As it'll be the bottom of the order up for the Buffaloes, Gavin Brumley, Blake Judkins, and Jordan Clark. Brumley worked to walk, Judkins grounded into a double play, and Clark struck out looking. That grounded into a double play by Blake Judkins. Looked like it was safe, and it would have led to a run scored at that point. But McAlester hasn't been able to kind of get close since then. They had a double. They couldn't bring him across. So here's the 0-1 now to Brumley. And this one misses up and inside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. In for his 5th inning of work is Jaron Bailey. As he will wind and deal the 1-1. And it's a ground ball to right side. Closer towards the middle. Snagged by the second baseman Crawford. Throws to first in time for out number 1. Buffaloes have put the ball in play a lot of times on the ground. But the Tigers have had good defense so far. Only 1 strikeout from Bailey has let his defense work the rest of the time. Brings to the plate Blake Judkins. Lights have come on here at Mike Deak Field. First pitch. Line drive, center field. This one will 3-hop into the center fielder Foster, and it's another 1-out base knock by the McAlester Buffaloes. McAlester has now had 3 consecutive innings with 1-out base knocks. Take that back, they have had 4. Brings up Jordan Clark. Now the pitcher for McAlester. He struck out looking in his first at bat. Top of the order is lurking on deck. Jackson McKinney 0 for 2 so far. And the pitch showed bunt, pulled back, snap throw to first base. Back in safely as we had to wait for the call from the field umpire is Blake Judkins. Count at 1-0. I'm just saying we had to wait a little bit because Judkins hasn't had the best of luck at the first base back so far today. The 1-0. That one is a called strike on the outside. Count to 1-1. Bailey waits and deals. This one's popped up in the infield. Left side, foul territory underneath it. The third baseman, Banuelos, makes the catch by the third base coaching box, and that'll be out number 2. Brings to the top of the order for the Buffaloes, Jackson McKinney. He's grounded out to the shortstop, Roberts, and flown out to the left fielder, Hurst. On that fly out to left, he did get a lot of barrel. But if he squares it up, it might have left the yard. Just got underneath the pitch. McAlester looking for some kind of spark here. Big lead at first base by Judkins. First pitch, outside throw over to first base. Snap throw is not in time again. Back in safely, Judkins. Getting a big secondary. Stoller's trying to get him out at first with a throw down to Sloan. Count 1-0. And the pitch taken off for second is Judkins. The pitch is fouled back. The grandstand netting. Count even at 1-1. Yeah, people are still asking us for an update on the Durant Booker T game. We still haven't been able to find an update for you. Again, like I said, the game should be coming to an end if it's not over already. We just have not had a update. Don't think there should be rain in any part of the state today, as there's a curveball that misses down low and outside for ball 2.
I can check that real quick.
They got to the top of the third before they called it delayed on Game Changer on the Booker T side. Have not had an update on the Durant side. 2-1 taken off for second against Judkins. The pitch is in and out of the glove of the catcher Stoller. And the count goes to 3-1 on Jackson McKinney with a runner in scoring position and 2 down. And for those that are late to the broadcast, the reason why we're mentioning that Durant and Booker T game is because that will affect where McAlester will maybe end up in the 5A4 standings.
Yeah, it's not a rain delay.
3-1. Line drive up the middle, base knock. They're going to try to wave home Judkins. Foster in center. Fires to his cutoff man. It will be cut off, and it's an RBI single for Jackson McKinney. And McAlester is on the board with a 2-out knock. 6-1 our score brings up Spencer Stinchcomb. But I know we have a lot of Pryor fans that are tuning into this broadcast as well. Thank you to the broadcast. Thank you for tuning in. We already mentioned that the game that they're looking at is not Durant and Booker T. It's Claremore and Tahlequah. Claremore already defeated Tahlequah earlier today, 15-0. First pitch, ground ball, straight to the shortstop, who's, again, playing a little bit closer to the second base bag. Roberts is an easy flip to Crawford in time for out number 3. But the Buffaloes get on the board in the home half of the 5th. They score a run from the bat of Jackson McKinney. So we played 5 full here, heading to the top of the 6th. It is 6-1 Pryor, as Jordan Clark comes in for a second inning of work on the mound. You're listening to McAlester Baseball on KNED.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs. Whether residential or commercial, First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. We update our listings daily. And don't forget, if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. If you have questions, give us a call at 918-423-3122.
Ready for a home run in comfort? Freeze and Flare Heat and Air LLC is always ready to step up to the plate. Whether it's beating the summer heat or staying warm through the winter chill, they're your go-to team for fast, reliable HVAC service. From quick repairs to expert installations, they ensure your home stays comfortable year-round. Don't despair or let your comfort sit on the bench. Call Freeze and Flare Heat and Air and keep your home out of the trench. We're licensed, bonded, and insured. Mechanical license number 0014445. And with our convenient online booking, it's never been easier to get the comfort you deserve. Shopping for furniture should never be a hassle, and at Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, we agree. So we will continue to offer unmatched customer service as we have for over 34 years. Stop by today and experience our store-wide savings. We offer 12 months interest-free financing or no credit needed. Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, 5 South 5th Street in McAlester. Celebrating 10 years of excellence. JP All-American Outdoor Contracting and Construction is your trusted partner for expert tree removal, high-end fences, decks, and custom construction. Serving Oklahoma with quality, safety, and reliability. We're here to transform your property. From emergency tree services to dream builds, we do it all. Call today for a free consultation and experience the difference. 910-568-8770.
We played 5 full here at McAlester on a Monday night, as the McAlester Buffaloes are currently trailing the Pryor Tigers, the top team in 5A4, 6-1. Heading to the top of the 6th inning, Jordan Clark in for his second inning of work. He was able to work a 1-2-3 inning back in the 5th in his first inning of relief. As the first pitch from him to start off the 6th is outside for ball 1 to Trace Crawford. It was 1 for 2. He has struck out looking and had a 2 RBI single. Clark out the stretch with no one on. The 1-0 is swung on and missed for strike 1. Going in with the changeup there was Clark and had Crawford out in front. Count evens up 1 ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1 pitch. Curveball that Clark didn't go on top of. He looked back at his right hand. Count now at 2 balls and 1 strike. You normally, last thing I'm going to say about the Durant and Booker T game before we again shift our attention completely because we don't want that to dominate the broadcast. The 2-1 will be a soft liner, 1 hopper to the second baseman Stinchcomb. Fields on the hop, throws to first base in time for out number 1. It's been 4 up, 4 down so far for Clark. Brings up Talon Foster. But I know a lot of people will say, why don't you just text Jim Reagan? Well, Jim, I don't think made the trip over to Booker T. A lot of people don't end up doing that because just of where they might place you in the outfield. But
no, I'm.
Emma with the News Capitals even looking at Instagram trying to see if she can find anything on that. So no final score there yet. Here's the first pitch. It's Foster in there for strike 1. But no, Jim Reagan, the voice of the Durant Lions, does a great job over there for Durant. Great media partner to have. Again, he helps me out with a lot of different stuff. So we keep in contact. So here's the 0-1 pitch. Popped up and out of play, and the count goes to 0-2. But we just have the worst luck today in terms of trying to find that score. So, okay, we just updated. All of a sudden, it's starting to update itself. It said after 6 innings, Booker T was beating Durant 4-3. As here's a line drive that will get past the right side of the infield and land over to its right fielder, Gavin Brumley. I think Booker T won. I believe Booker T defeated Durant 4-3. I'm checking on Booker T's game changer. So it looked like Booker T defeated Durant today. 4-3 was the final score. So McAlester, 5th place, is still on the table. And we'll explain that in the postgame show if McAlester loses today. 1 out single brings to the top of the order. First pitch in there for strike 1 to Riley Hurst. Now I just kept it on their game changer. All of a sudden just updated. Yeah, Booker T won on a double play to end it in the top of the 7th.
Man.
4-3 the final. 0-1. Runner takes off for second. The pitch is grounded to the third baseman Dusenberry. Fires across the diamond in time for out number 2. Could have been a double play, but a good time to take off there for Foster. And that's Riley Hurst's 2nd consecutive at-bat with a ground out to third base. To bring up Gavin Roberts with a runner at second base and 2 down. Roberts has flown out to center, lined out to left, and had an RBI sac fly. That ended up being the 5th run of the 4th and the 6th overall run for the Tigers so far. He's got a runner at second base right now. But what that spells for McAlester, again, if the Buffaloes were to win this game, come back and win it, all they would need to do is here's a fly ball to left field. Judkins giving chase towards the alleyway. Dives, and he made the catch in the alleyway. Blake Judkins take flight. Flashing the leather, and he keeps the runner from crossing home plate. And all he can do is smirk. Gavin Roberts saying, you got to be kidding me. What a play by Blake Judkins in left center. We'll continue our thought on the 5A4 outlook when we return. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Buffalo's hoping for that to spark a rally here with 6 outs to go. You're listening to McAlester Baseball on KNED.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. With 2 locations to choose from, we have close to 200 vehicles on the ground and coming in. And with vehicles starting at $29.95, we have something for everyone. And if you need parts or service, we are loading up at both locations to serve you better. Plus, with our mobile service van and our pickup and delivery, we can help you with sales and service no matter where you are. So come see us at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula and let us make it happen for you.
Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane and petroleum products, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma, with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, and Muskogee, just to name a few. If you need propane or petroleum products, there's only one number to call, 918-423-3121. Call today. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
Heading to the home half of the sixth inning, the McAlester Buffaloes, after a great catch by Blake Judkins in the alleyway in left center field, is able to keep the game at 6-1. Buffaloes looking for an inning like the Tigers had in the top of the fourth. Denver Durant trying to be that spark. Durant grounded out to short and lined out to center field so far today. It'll be him, Hodgel, and Lavis, the 3, 4, 5 batters. Bailey in for a sixth inning of work. First pitch hits Denver Durant on the foot ankle area, that right foot ankle area. As he tosses the bat, works his way to the opposite side of the plate. We'll take off that shin guard. I am sure he is absolutely stinking tired of getting hit at that spot. And you know, that for him on the season now is 8 hit by pitches, and I gotta be honest with you, I think half of them have been to that right foot.
Yeah, it seems like every time it's down and in.
That'll be a hit by pitch to Durant to bring up Gunnar Hodgel, who's 0 for 2 so far with a ground out to the pitcher and a ground out to short. But I was mentioning before the great catch by Judkins in the top of the sixth, if McAlester were to come back and win this game, they could clinch the 3 spot with a win tomorrow or a Durant loss. If they lose today, if they lose again tomorrow and Booker T wins, McAlester, I believe, would drop down to 5.
Man.
Runner at first with nobody out. Buffalo's looking to spark that rally to get this win. Again, if they win today also, McAlester cannot finish 5th. His first pitch is outside, gets behind the catcher. That's Stoller, and advancing over to second base is Denver Durant. Although in a little bit of pain, will stay in the game. Count goes to 1-0.
Gives a thumbs up over to his dugout.
So again, if the Buffaloes do come back and win it, they cannot finish 5th. That's a guarantee, even if even with the Booker T win today over Durant. 1-0 pitch, missing low for ball 2. And people might be wondering why. I mean, you beat Booker T and you have the head-to-head over him. Well, if you have a 3-way tie for third, then it comes down to matchups.
Yeah.
2-0 pitch, chopper left side, trying to beat it out as Hodgel. Snagged, throw over to first in time for out number 1. As Banuelos is able to get the speedy Hodgel. He is grounded out to 3 different people. Brings up Cole Labus, who is 2 for 2 with a triple and a single. Advancing over to third is Denver Durant. Still looks like he's in a little bit of pain after getting a hit on that foot. 1 down. Brings up Labus, trying to bring in a run here. Labus with 20 RBI on the year, tied for the team lead with Jackson McKinney. Well, now McKinney's taking the lead with 21. So the first pitch misses high for ball 1 with the fastball. But the reason why McAlester, last thing again I'll say, if they drop down to, the reason why they would drop down to 5 if they lose and Booker T wins, is that Durant would have swept McAlester, Booker T would have swept Durant. And McAllister's the only one that splits as this one gets away from the catcher. The throw to the plate is not in time, sliding over the bag. Over the plate, rather, is Denver Durant for the second run for the Buffaloes. Again, with all the pain that he's been experiencing, he goes all the way around the diamond, and we're going to be having a mound visit now for the Tigers. We'll take at least a 30-second break and return. 6-2, the McAlester Buffaloes on top, or rather, trailing the Pryor Tigers in the bottom of the 6th inning. You're listening to McAlester Baseball on KNED.
Wow, Nissan has so many models to choose from. This Pathfinder looks just right. Wait a second, Maddie, isn't that a family car?
Absolutely.
What? I'm gonna be an aunt?
Come to Fenton Nissan and get a 2025 Pathfinder, and we'll throw in a Fenton family deal this season.
This deal applies even if you're an aunt, uncle, or just you.
And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at fentonnissan.com.
So after 2 consecutive balls and working all the way around the diamond was Denver Durant to be able to score on a pass ball. McAllister's made it a 6-2 game. They're down by 4. It's the first pitch back from the mound visit is in there for a strike to Labus. Count to 2-1. Labus trying to restart a rally here. Nobody on the base paths. Buffaloes down 6-2. Bottom of the 6th with 1 down, and the pitch. Fastball upstairs, ball 3. So 3-1 count for Labus, looking for one he can drive. And the pitch. Up and inside, having to lean back. Like he's in the Matrix, was Labus. He'll take first base. I'll be on a walk, and that brings up Parker Dusenberry. McAlester looking for a big inning here in the bottom of the 6th. Couple of key double plays have kept McAlester from getting closer to Pryor after their big 5-run inning in the 4th. It's been the difference. First pitch late on the fastball, swinging to miss for strike 1. Bailey, if you're wondering, still plenty good on pitch count. That was only number 74.
Oh, wow. I feel like he's thrown a lot more than that.
Himself into a couple of jams. His defense has helped. Throw over to first base, and in time to get the out. Picking off Cole Labus was the pitcher Bailey. Another close play at first base, but that time they got Labus for out number 2. And in that situation, that's killer for McAlester because obviously you'd like to get into scoring position, but you're down by 4. You need the base runners more than you need to get into scoring position there.
Yeah.
Count 0-1 and the pitch to Dusenberry. Misses high. Be ball 2. Now you have on the scoreboard it's 5-2. It's 6-2 on the.
I don't know why that went down to 5. Sorry.
You're good. I just noticed it over here on the iPad I got next to me. Is the 1-1 misses high for ball 2. Dusenberry has walked and grounded into a double play. He hit that ball on the ground hard at the shortstop Roberts. 2-1 pitch. Hits this one hard down the third base line, but about 5 to 6 feet foul. Count evens up at 2-2. Labus out the 6th hole. Trying to be tough with 2 against Bailey. The pitch. Pops it up. Is it playable? Stoller goes after it, and we'll watch it land on top of the grandstand, and we'll do it again at 2-2. Gavin Brumley, he's on deck. He's 0 for 1 with a walk and a ground out to second. Judkins has gone 1 for 2 with a double play and a single. 2-2. Pops it up. Shallow left field. Underneath it's the shortstop Roberts. Stares into the blue, makes the catch for out number 3. So McAllister's going to come back and win this game. It's got to be in comeback and walk-off fashion. We get to the top of the 7th inning. 6-2 Tigers lead the Buffaloes here on KNED.
Big John's Auto Repair is here to help. We'll fix it right. We offer diagnostics, AC servicing, and engine repair. We make car trouble vanish like magic. We can prevent breakdowns and keep your car moving with regular maintenance. Same great service and friendly faces. Stop in today for all your car repair needs. Big John's Auto Repair, located at 325 Northeast Electric in Krebs.
So, checking accounts. There seems like a ton to choose from, right? I was looking for one that didn't charge monthly fees, with bounce protection, and had mobile banking. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. The bonus is that they're local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in checking options. The Bank NA. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Top of the 7th inning, the McAlester Buffaloes down at the Pryor Tigers 6-2. You're listening to McAlester Baseball. Brandon Green alongside Nate Brown, as it'll be the Tigers. So get back to them in the order here. It looks like they're 3, 4, 5 batters. Stoller, Ward, and Benuelos. Stoller has gone 1 for 3. Ward has gone 0 for 3. And Benuelos 1 for 3 with a double. So Stoller and Benuelos have both doubled here today. As Clark is working into his 3rd inning of relief, came in the 5th. So far has worked a pair of zeros. There has been 1 base hit against him, and it was a Foster single. First pitch bounces into the catcher McKinney for ball 1. So again, 6-2 Tigers lead McAlester. They've been able to hit the ball a little bit better than the Buffaloes today. They've had the timely hits. Again, it's been 1 inning that has really plagued McAlester. The 1-0 pitch will be popped up. Foul territory, left field. chasing after it's Judkins towards the wall, and it will land about 10 feet out of his grasp. Count now even at 1-1. And Judkins was the one that made a spectacular diving catch in left center field. Was able to keep another run off the scoreboard. As Clark will wait for his fielders to get back to where they're at. Again, we mentioned that Durant got hit on the right foot in his last at bat. He comes back onto the field to play the shortstop position. Still looked like he was in pain by the time he got over to third base, but he battled through it. Was able to score. Now playing at short, 1-1. Ground ball left side, diving attempt. Ricochets, goes over to Durant, throws to first. Did he stretch? Yes, he did. What a play. A 5-6-3 ground out. A diving attempt from Parker Dusenberry, ricocheted off of his glove, went to Durant at short, and he threw him out at first base. It was wide right, but according to the field umpire, they say the stretch from Levis, as of right now, kept the foot on the bag for the out. They appeal, though, to the home plate umpire. And they will keep it as an out. What a play. Do you know how hard that's got to be for Denver Durant? You're expecting the ball to be in one place, and you have to work off of complete and utter reaction.
Not too bad there.
And be out number 1. Brings up Brock Ward. Ward has gone 0 for 3. He's reached on an E8, struck out looking, and flown out to right field. First pitch to him. Hits him. First free pass given up by Jordan Clark. Runs in and hits Ward on the hip. So 1 out hit by pitch. Brings to the plate Sergio Benuelos. He's flown out to center, doubled, and struck out swinging. And we will actually, looks like Benuelos is still going to be hitting here. But we do have the head coach of the Tigers, Osborne, had a quick word with the home plate umpire, and makes his way back over to third base coaching box. I actually think on that hit by pitch, it might have hit the umpire too, and that's why McKinney is going to speak with Clark, giving the home plate umpire a little bit more time here. Sun's about to completely set over on the left side. Buffaloes are trailing 6-2 to the Tigers, and runs have been hard to come by the black and gold, so like to keep this at a 4-run game to keep your chances there of coming back and winning, or at least tying it in the 7th, the Senate extra innings. Keep your chances as high as possible. Buffaloes will have the bottom of the order when they come back up, 7, 8, 9. Benuelos digs in, runner at first with 1 down, and Clark deals. First pitch called strike, and stepping kind of out of the box there is Benuelos. Kind of stood to a standstill. I don't know if he tried for time and wasn't awarded it. Down to 0-1. Pickoff over to first base. Goes wide right to Levis. Trying to take second will be Ward, and he will do so. Takes a turnaround second. Now trying for third. The throw to third base will be down the third base line. So reaching third base on an E1 here will be Brock Ward. That's McAllister's second error of the game. Their first one since the first inning.
And that one could be a costly one, too.
So once again, the infield will come in on the infield turf. Benuelos, 1 for 3 with a double. Last year, the leadoff spot went 1 for 4 with an RBI. Next pitch in there for strike 2. On the off speed that went high but clipped the zone. Trying to strike out the 5-hole batter, Carter Sloan has been a thorn in McAllister's side. He's on deck. He's 2 for 3. 0-2 pitch. And fouling it off is the righty Benuelos. Once again, 0-2. And big ball of sun almost over the horizon behind the concession stand. Count 0-2. Clark looking for the K. And the pitch will miss down low. Being able to scoop it up, being in front, being a Walls McKinney. Count goes to 1-2. And again, if we are playing this game in June, it'd be blinding us over here in the press box. It's
No
just
kidding.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Goes back to the off speed and a nice eye by Benuelos. Not because that was going to be a strike or close to one, but that is a tough 1-2 pitch to lay off of on a nice changeup from Clark. It looks like it's going to be a strike into the very end at the bottom of the zone. He's able to read it out of Clark's hands well. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. That one's fouled straight back. Another pesky AB from the Tigers. They've had a great approach to the plate today. Really from all 9 batters. Buffaloes have recorded 4 strikeouts, 2 from Harmon and 2 from Clark. Clark back set. And the 2-2 once more. Pops this one up. And out of play on top of the grandstand again. Benuelos will not go down yet. For Clark, that is pitch number 37 in relief. The Buffaloes pitchers have thrown over 130 pitches up to this point. Combined between Harmon and Clark. Top of the 7th, runner at third with 1 down. 2-2 count. Pryor 6-2 lead. And the pitch. Fastball doing it again. Fouling it back, Benuelos. I'll have a total count for you here, but that's 3 consecutive foul balls. Count still 2-2. This will be pitch number 9 coming up between Clark and Benuelos. Clark keeps on going to the high fastball. And really a good 2-strike pitch, too, because it really isn't at the very top of the zone where you can drive it. It's a little bit higher than that. But Benuelos keeps on just fouling it off, fouling it off, fouling it off. 2-2 from Clark. And he does it again. 4th consecutive foul ball, pitch number 10 coming up in this AB. So here in this at-bat alone, we have had 5 foul balls from Benuelos, 4 consecutive. As Clark continues to pound the zone. Pitch number 10 on the way. Clark, deep breath, the 2-2. He drives this one to left field, down the left field line. If it's fair, it's a run, and it's fair. One hops off the left field wall. What an AB from Sergio Benuelos. Fouled off 4 consecutive foul balls and is able to drive in a run. Makes it a 7-2 game as it one hopped off the left field wall. Got to tip your cap there. It's the 2nd extra base hit of the ball game. And the Tigers take a 5-run lead over the Buffaloes in the top of the 7th. Brings up Carter Sloan, who is 2 for 3. Buffaloes still have 2 more outs to record here in the 7th.
Just couldn't quite get that finishing pitch in that last at-bat.
Clark looks at second base, big lead, and I wouldn't be surprised if he spins around here in a second. First pitch in there for strike 1. But Clark, again, he never faltered. He kept on throwing strikes, Sometimes the batter just wins the battle, and that's what happened with Sergio Benuelos. Competitive pitches by Clark. Benuelos just got one he could drive, the 0-1. Off speed misses down low for ball 1. Like I said, a big lead by Benuelos also at second base. Wouldn't be surprised if he takes third here soon. The 1-1. Fastball just missing the bottom of the zone. Count goes to 2-1. Nice pitch from Clark. 2-1. Benuelos, by the way, had 27 stolen bases a year ago. So, yeah, he's definitely a threat to steal here in this situation. He will spin and take a look at Benuelos. He goes back to the bag. Pryor would love to get him over to third base because if you have another fly ball into the outfield, which Sloan has gone 2 for 3 today, if you're able to get him into the third base position, you could score another run here. And he takes off. The 2-1 pitch, low and outside. Transfer from glove to hand. McKinney couldn't handle it. To be fair, though, I don't think that he had any play there at Benuelos. So he takes third. The count is now 3-1. And Sloan working a 2 for 3 day. Infield comes in again. 3-1 from Clark. Fastball missing the outside corner. McKinney wanted it, didn't get it. 5-pitch walk to Sloan. Brings up Jaron Bailey. Bailey has gone 0 for 2. He's flown out to right, walked, and flown out to the second baseman. 5-run Tiger lead. They're looking for more. Runners at the corners with 1 down. Buffaloes have had 2 double plays turned against them today. They would like one of their own. First pitch, fastball back in there. Strike 1 from Clark.
Yeah, double play ball obviously would be very big here, getting McAlester out of the inning.
Buffaloes have seen both of them, the 6-4-3 and the 4-6-3. We even had a 5-6-3 ground out just earlier this inning. Count 0-1 with 1 down. Runner takes off. The pitch is fouled backwards for strike 2, and having to retreat back over to first will be Carter Sloan. The Tigers, a speedy team. When you have 2 different guys in your lineup that had 27 stolen bases apiece, you're going to run a lot. McAlester, not quite there. They had about 14 stolen bases as the team high for McAlester and Jackson McKinney. 0-2. Bounces in. Nice job on McKinney. Keeps the runners where they're at. Count goes to 1-2. So Clark approaching 50 pitches. 1-2. Slightly open stance for the righty, Jaron Bailey. Runner takes off again. The 1-2. Grounded to the left side. Runner comes home. Come home with it. The tag is in time. Is able to get the out over at home plate. And that's exactly what you're supposed to do if you are Parker Dusenberry. You fire home, and you're able to get the runner out if the runner takes off, which he did. So it's a fielder's choice 5-2 from Bailey. Brings up Trace Crawford. Crawford has gone 1 for 3. He has struck out looking, 2 RBI single, and has grounded out to second. Runners at first and second, force out of every bag. Crawford has had, I would say, the second biggest hit of the game. The biggest one goes to Talon Foster, who had a 2 RBI triple. Brumley will close in over in right field, playing a little bit further in. First pitch. Pops it up. Guess where? To Brumley. Right field, shallow right field. Stinchcom's able to get over into that spot to make the catch for out number 3. A run does score by the Tigers, though, as the score goes to 7-2. Put those rally caps on, Buff fans. McAlester needs 5 runs to keep this game going and 6 runs to win it. You're listening to McAlester Baseball on KNED.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs. Whether residential or commercial, First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. We update our listings daily. And don't forget, if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. If you have questions, give us a call at 918-423-3122.
Ready for a home run and comfort? Freeze and Flare Heat and Air LLC is always ready to step up to the plate. Whether it's beating the summer heat or staying warm through the winter chill, they're your go-to team for fast, reliable HVAC service. From quick repairs to expert installations, they ensure your home stays comfortable year-round. Don't despair or let your comfort sit on the bench. Call Freeze and Flare Heat and Air and keep your home out of the trench. We're licensed, bonded, and insured. Mechanical license number 0014445. And with our convenient online booking, it's never been easier to get the comfort you deserve.
Heading to the bottom of the 7th inning. Last chance for the McAlester Buffaloes, down by 5. If they can match what the Tigers did in the top of the 4th inning, we can send this one to extras. But they need quite an inning, and they need to be able to get to Jaron Bailey, who is trying to finish what he started. Bottom of the order up for the Buffaloes, 7, 8, 9. Gavin Brumley leading things off for the black and gold. Bailey, a long look at his catcher Stoller, and the first pitch of the bottom of the 7th is a line drive up the middle, off of the glove of the shortstop Roberts, and rolls into center field. First pitch swinging for Gavin Brumley, and McAllister's rally starts now.
And that is just what the doctor ordered.
Brings up Blake Judkins, who is 1 for 2. Again, this is a big game for McAlester, obviously a big game for the Tigers. If the Tigers lose this one, then it'll be tomorrow for all the marbles with Claremore and Pryor for the district championship. First pitch. Bounces, gets past the catcher Stoller, and into scoring position will roll Gavin Brumley. So Brumley gets to second base. 1-0 is the count to Judkins. And also, if McAlester wins this game, they'd be 1 game away from clinching the 3 spot. If they win this game, they cannot finish 5th. There's still plenty of a lead here for Jaron Bailey. His catcher Stoller comes over to him and says, okay, just settle down here. We got a 5-run lead. Keep on pitching to your defense. Your defense has picked you up. They played very solid. No errors by the Tiger defense so far today. Runner in scoring position for Blake Judkins, who's 1 for 2. See, is big swinging at the first strike that he sees. Out in front, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Judkins looking to get into double digits in RBI this year. He's got 9 so far. Brumley at second base. And the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. This time he's late on the fastball, so he is ahead of the previous pitch. Now behind on that one. And goes down in the count 1-2. By the way, that's only pitch number 83 for Bailey. He can go the full 7 innings without having to worry about pitch count right now. Not even kind of getting close. 1-2 to Judkins. And he chases the low outside pitch for strike 3. Buffaloes down to their final 2. Brings up Jordan Clark. And for Bailey, that's only his second strikeout of the day. Now pinch hitting for Jordan Clark is Brody Parker. Parker in the 5A shootout. He went 1 for 4, but that one hit was a big one. It was a double. He had 2 RBI as well as he's behind on the first pitch fastball for strike 1. Parker on the season batting .300, a .462 on base percentage, 9 RBI in limited action. Runner at second base with 1 down and Gavin Brumley. And the 0-1 pitch. So he pops this one up and out of play. And quickly, Parker goes behind 0-2. Bailey's revved up the pitches on the last few. McAlester batters have been behind. Bailey looking for back-to-back Ks. The 0-2 pitch. Won't get it there. Snap throw back over to second base and back in safely is Brumley. Count to 1-2. Trying to back pick Brumley. God's painting a beautiful picture here for us today. Beautiful sunset here in McAlester. McAlester trying to repay it with a comeback. The 1-2. We'll foul this one to the backstop. And Parker staying alive with the count 1-2.
We just got to protect now with 2 strikes.
McKinney's on deck. As soon as he saw Gavin Brumley get the hit, he popped up from his seat, and he's already getting his back foot working. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That misses. Nice side by Parker. Count goes to 2-2. I mean, he jumped up like he was jumping up from a squat to throw down to second base. Counts even at 2-2. Parker trying to hand it off to the next guy. 2-2. Line drive, center field, hardly having to move though as Foster. He does make the catch on a little bit of a hop. Nice barrel by Parker. McAlster's had a few of those today, but well positioned. Pryor Tigers leads McAlester down to their final out, down by 5. Brings up Jackson McKinney, who's responsible for one of the 2 runs by the Buffaloes. He has grounded out to short, flown out to left, and hit an RBI single up the middle. In his last, 4 games, he is batting .600 with 5 RBI.
Is that good?
It ain't bad. So Stoller will go out to speak with Bailey as Bailey tries to lock down the complete game. 7-2 Pryor leads. And they went to finish up their conversation. Stoller had one more thing to say, and now they'll go back to their respective places. Buffalo's at least trying to get a run closer. 7-2. First pitch to McKinney. His first pitch swinging, pops it up. Shallow left center field. Looks like the shortstop Roberts is underneath it. He'll make the catch for out number 3. And the Buffaloes fall 7-2. So tomorrow when McAlester will take on Pryor at Pryor, they might be playing to not get into the 5 spot, depending on what happens with Booker T and Durant. Again, Booker T defeated Durant 4-3 earlier, and McAlester falls 7-2 tonight. We'll go in a little bit more detail in case you missed it during the broadcast, but the final score here today, Pryor Tigers 7 and your McAlester Buffaloes 2. We'll take a break, and when we return, we'll have your post-game stats. You're listening to McAlester Baseball on KNED.
Shopping for furniture should never be a hassle. And at Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, we agree. so we will continue to offer unmatched customer service as we have for over 34 years. Stop by today and experience our store-wide savings. We offer 12 months interest-free financing or no credit needed. Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, 5 South 5th Street in McAlester. Celebrating 10 years of excellence. JP All-American Outdoor Contracting and Construction is your trusted partner for expert tree removal, high-end fences, decks, and custom construction. Serving Oklahoma with quality, safety, and reliability. We're here to transform your property. From emergency tree services to dream builds, we do it all. Call today for a free consultation and experience the difference. 910-568-8770.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. With 2 locations to choose from, we have close to 200 vehicles on the ground and coming in. And with vehicles starting at $29.95, we have something for everyone. And if you need parts or service, we are loading up at both locations to serve you better. Plus, with our mobile service van and our pickup and delivery, we can help you with sales and service no matter where you are. So come see us at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula and let us make it happen for you.
Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane and petroleum products, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma, with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, and Muskogee, just to name a few. If you need propane or petroleum products, there's only one number to call, 918-423-3121. Call today. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
Wow, Nissan has so many models to choose from.
This Pathfinder looks just right.
Wait a second, Maddie, isn't that a family car?
Absolutely.
What? I'm gonna be an aunt?
Come to Fenton Nissan and get a 2025 Pathfinder, and we'll throw in a Fenton family deal this season.
This deal applies even if you're an aunt, uncle, or just you.
And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at fentonnissan.com.
Welcome back to McAlester, Oklahoma. The McAlester Buffaloes fall to the Pryor Tigers 7-2 in 7 innings here today. We'll look at your post-game stats and go over some playoff scenarios here in just a moment. Your post-game stats brought to you by Big V Feed Center. See Big V Feed Center in McAlester, Hatco Farm and Ranch in Kiowa, and Shakota Wholesale Feed Company in Shakota for your spring feeding program needs. We'll start off with the Pryor Tigers, who now improved to 20-10 on the year under head coach Gerald Osborne. 1 through 9 looked like this. Riley Hurst went 0 for 3. We had Gavin Roberts go 0 for 3 with an RBI sac fly. Clinton Stoller went 1 for 4. Brock Ward 0 for 3. Sergio Benuelos went 2 for 4 with an RBI double. Both of his hits were doubles. Carter Sloan went 2 for 3 with a triple. Jaron Bailey went 0 for 3. Trace Crawford went 1 for 4 with a 2 RBI single. Talon Foster went 2 for 2 with a 2 RBI triple. Jaron Bailey went the full 7 innings. He gets the win for the Tigers. There were 8 hits by the Tiger offense, 2 strikeouts from Bailey. He walked 3, he hit 1 batter, and there was 1 Tiger error. For the McAlester Buffaloes, they dropped to 15-13 on the season, led by head coach Justin Mullins. 1 through 9 looks like this. Jackson McKinney went 1 for 4 with an RBI single in his 3rd at bat. Spencer Stinchcomb 1 for 3. Denver Durant 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch. Gunnar Hodgel 0 for 3 with 3 groundouts. Cole Lavis 2 for 2 with a triple and a single and a walk. Parker Dusenberry 0 for 2 with a walk. Gavin Brumley 1 for 2. Blake Judkins 1 for 3. Jordan Clark 0 for 2. Brody Parker came in to pinch hit. He went 0 for 1 with a line out to center field. Harmon gets the loss today. He drops to 3-5 on the season. Jordan Clark gave up 1 run in relief. There were 6 hits by the McAlester offense. 4 strikeouts combined between Harmon and Clark. 2 for Harmon, 2 for Clark. There were 5 free passes given up, 4 walks and 1 hit by pitch. 2 McAlester errors today, 1 in the 1st and 1 in the 7th. So, in terms of district play, Pryor improves to 10-1. If they win tomorrow, doesn't matter what happens with Claremore, they will be District 5A4 champions. If Pryor loses and Claremore beats Tahlequah, then Claremore would jump Pryor, to my understanding, for the District 5A4 championship. Right. Because although Pryor did defeat Claremore by 4 runs, that was an extra innings. And once you go to extras, you're only awarded 1 marginal point for whoever won. Right. And you only lose 1 marginal point for whoever lost. So, because that wouldn't be fair to anyone that played, if you won it on a walk-off and you could have had more runs, it doesn't make it fair to the home team there. Yeah. So, in that series, more runs were scored by Claremore than Pryor. And the runs differential was greater in favor of Claremore than it was Pryor. So I believe, to my understanding, I'm like 90% correct, or 90% sure I'm correct, that the Claremore Zebras, if Pryor were to lose tomorrow and Claremore were to win, Claremore would jump Pryor for the district championship in 5A4. But if Pryor wins tomorrow, they get to clinch the 5A4 championship on their home field.
That's pretty cool.
Which they are trying to do. McAlester now, though, with the Booker T win over Durant, could be fighting for their top half of the district life. If McAlester loses tomorrow and Booker T wins and they sweep Durant, I believe McAlester would drop down to the 5 spot, because that would mean that Durant swept McAlester, Booker T swept Durant, and although McAlester split with Booker T, they'd be the odd team out, because there's not 1-1 amongst all 3 teams. There's no clear separation. So I think the Buffaloes would drop down to 5. If Durant wins tomorrow, McAlester will be locked in at number 4 no matter what. I think there is no way that McAlester can finish worse. They can't finish better, because if both Durant and McAlester win tomorrow, Durant still has the head-to-head. So if Durant wins, then McAlester is locked in at the 4 spot. If McAlester wins tomorrow and Durant loses, McAlester will jump up to the 3 spot. Those are all the different scenarios that you need to know for any Pryor fans that are tuning in, for any McAlester fans that are tuning in. Pryor cannot finish worse than 2nd. McAlester can still finish 5th, but they can't finish any worse than 5th. 3, 4, and 5 is still all available for the Buffaloes. I don't think Booker T can finish 3rd, but they can still, well, maybe, I don't know. That would be
we didn't look too far into Booker T's.
That'd be a 3-way tie, but no one from Booker T's really caring, I guess. I don't think they're really tuning in right now anyway.
Yeah.
But those are the scenarios. As far as McAllister's game today, you hit the ball well. I mean, you only struck out twice. You were able to put the ball in play. Some nice defense by the Tigers. Only one error that was committed. You gave up some free passes, but so did Pryor. But Pryor did more with it than McAlester did. One bad inning led to the change in the game. A 5-run 4th inning was the difference, because you lose by 5 today, 7-2 the final. And if you give good teams like this, like the Pryor Tigers that have been there and have won close games, you give them an inch, they'll go a mile. They'll take every mistake that you make, and even if it's as simple as a walk, or you're able to get him into scoring position, not often can you keep on putting him into scoring position and you're able to get out unscathed. McAlester got lucky in the 2nd. They couldn't do it in the 4th. So Buffaloes will try to bounce back. Easily can do so, but they got to be able to bring in a little bit of got to bring in their A game tomorrow. I think today McAlester had some things that you can build on, but McAlester also had some things that they did well. And so you're going to have to bring a game similar to what you brought against Claremore last Monday if you want to be able to defeat the Tigers, because anything less, they're playing in front of their home crowd, district championship waiting to be clinched. It's going to be a livid environment. I would expect 6 p.m. first pitch tomorrow night. That game will be on KNED, the radio side for sure. Not quite sure on the video stream. I've only been to that Pryor Stadium once, and I know that I'm not in their press box, so I don't know what the situation will be like for me there. But I'll give you guys an update. Make sure that you're following us on Twitter at Buff Sports Radio or Facebook at facebook.com/McAlester Radio, so that you can end up getting an update on if I'm going to be streaming or not. But no matter what, that game will be on the radio. I'll be keeping up with the Durant and Booker T score as well to see what might happen with McAlester. So anyway, final score 7-2. Nate, do you have any final thoughts, and we'll wrap this thing up?
I think you covered it pretty well, buddy.
All right, can you thank our sponsors one final time, and we will call this one a night?
I'd like to thank Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford, W. Alford Propane, Fenton Nissan in McAlester, Big John's Auto Repair, The Bank N.A., First Realty, Freeze and Flare Heat and Air, Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, and JP All-American Outdoor Contracting, LLC.
First pitch time today was 5:59. Final pitch time, 8:03 for a 2-hour and 4-minute long game. A big thank you to our board operator, Austin Wheat, as well as Nate Brown on the camera this evening. And thank you, the listener, for spending your Monday night with us as well. One final time for Mike Deak Field in McAlester, Oklahoma. It was the Pryor Tigers 7 and your McAlester Buffaloes 2. Until tomorrow, when McAlester wraps up the district schedule, this is Brandon Green saying, don't just have a great night, have a Buffalo night, everybody. Night-night, Harper.